actually. We can hold live attention. Shit, did I get the wrong image? No, I got the right one. Next one down.
Welcome to Game 3 of the Epic Group All-Stars Series. This game, of course, between the Kowloon Lions and the New Territories Tigers. It's the second game today. We had an absolute thriller in the morning game, a last over thriller. In fact, 134 for 7 for the Hong Kong Islanders. They nearly defended it, but the target was chased down with just one ball left in the 20th over. Tell you what, we were all on the edge of our seats. So this game, of course, is essentially a dead rubber, a dress rehearsal for tomorrow's final between the Kowloon Lions and New Territories Tigers. But a few moments ago, I caught up with the captains and standing umpire John Prakash for the toss. Let's find out what happened. Welcome to Game 3 of the Epic Group All-Star Series. I tell you what, I'm still trying to catch my breath from that last over thriller between the New Territories Tigers and the Hong Kong Islanders, who are now knocked out of the Epic Group All-Star Series. Nonetheless, both captains, Babar Hayat and Zakat Khan from the Kowloon, the New Territories Tigers and Kowloon Lions respectively, are ready, as is standing umpire John Prakash. John, who's got the coin?
Babar.
Babar's got the coin. Zakat?
Flower coin.
Call of flower.
Flower.
And flower it is.
Will bat first.
There you go, Nizakat. So yeah, you've chosen to bat first. Any particular reason for that?
I think yesterday we bowled first, so today we wanted to bat and put some score on the board and try to defend that score.
Any changes in your 11?
Yes, we have 3 changes. Bilal is out, Chef Mathur is in, and Daniel Mep is in. And then the 2 guys, Park as well, is out as well.
Do you have any insights to share with us about Shiv Mathur and Daniel Mapp, who've come through the age group system?
I think it's a very good opportunity for them to represent themselves in Men's All-Star League. It's going to be a very good learning thing for them as well, because they have a very crucial tournament coming up in Dubai, under 19 qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers. And Shiv, he's one of the talented boy in Hong Kong we have. So I think it's a great opportunity for him to showcase his talent, and then never knows, I was also the one who debuted for Hong Kong when I was 16 years old, and he's also nearly getting there, and if he performs, he's going to put up his hand for selection.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for talking to us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
This game.
Thank you. Good luck.
Babar, you did not win the toss. If you won the toss, what would your decision have been?
Yeah, we would have bat first as well. We used for last few games, right? So there was a little bit of spin, so I wanted to bat first in here as well. Set the target.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it was a last over thriller in the last game. But at one stage, I think your required rate was less than 5, and then you lost 4 quick wickets. Were there any conversations about that, I guess, mini collapse in the first innings?
Yeah, obviously we were cruising at one stage. We were like 130 overs, 1 down, and then I would say like a couple of bad shots from us, especially including myself. So we didn't take the responsibility, but threat goes to the lower order and middle order to stick in and then try to take even deeper and deeper and deeper. And last over, it was easy. 5 runs, 6 goals, 5 6.
Yeah, absolutely. And last question, any changes to your 11?
Yeah, I'm coming in for Charlie.
Fantastic. Best of luck in this game.
Thank you so much.
So there you have it. The Kowloon Lions have won the toss, and they're going to have a bat first. So the Kowloon Lions win the toss and choose to bat first in this dress rehearsal for the final. We are around 4.5 minutes away from the first ball. And of course, the New Territories Tigers, they knocked out that Hong Kong Islanders in heartbreaking fashion, I have to say. A last over thriller. And at one stage, it looked like they were dead and buried, the Hong Kong Islanders. but then they roared back with 4 quick wickets. Brilliant spell from Ehsan Khan, 3 for 11 for him. 2 wickets for left-arm seamer DJ Rao, Dhananjay Rao. But Ibrahim Ishaq, with that half-century at the top of the order, set things up so nicely for them before Jay Davidson and Dan Pascoe knocked off the remaining runs. Tell you what, absolute thriller in the morning. If you missed it, we of course will have highlights on the official Cricket Hong Kong YouTube channel. And this game being broadcast both on YouTube and Facebook, as well as fan code if you're in the Indian subcontinent. So many ways to tune in to this game. And as I say that, the 2 umpires, one of them is John Prakash, and I think the other one, yes, umpire Shelton, walking out to the middle. And pretty soon you're going to see the openers here for Kowloon Lions walking to the crease as well. It looks like it's going to be Nizakat Khan and Yasim Murtaza, who should pop onto your frame at any second now. There we go. Yasim and Nizakat, the 2 best players right at the top of this order. Of course, they do have the luxury of calling upon someone like Zishan Ali lower down the order as well. Kowloon Lions, of course, it was an easy victory for them. 2 days ago, bowled out the Hong Kong Islanders for just 70 runs in 14.2 overs. So they're definitely the informed team in the tournament. Very convincing victory for them. Waqas Barkat, of course, with a cheeky little 33 not out to knock off whatever runs were required. Tell you what, though, they made things interesting, the Kowloon Lions. It was a bit of a shaky start for them in the power play. Yasim and Nizakat, the skipper, will be hoping to start things off in more fluent fashion today. It looks like it's going to be Jay Davidson to open the bowling yet again. It's fantastic in that first game with the ball. I think he only conceded 1 boundary in his 4-over spell. As we so often see, mid-on and mid-off both up in circle. Babar Hayat at mid-on, and Ibrahim Ishaq, Mr. Man of the Match, at mid-off. 2 fielders on the boundary are a deep third man and a deep square leg. And I just wonder, Jay Davidson, is he going to go short? Looks like we're poised for a bit of an early start. 1:59 p.m. start. Here we go. 2 slips in. First ball, Jay Davidson. That's driven. Oh, bit of a misfield from that cover fielder. And in fact, it's going to run all the way to the boundary. Apologies straight away from that cover fielder. I think it was Ayush Shukla. But I have to say, if you're a national team player, that's incredibly poor. 4 bonus runs, 4 needless runs. Allows the Kowloon Lions and Nizakat Khan to get off the mark. Look at that. Ibrahim Ishaq saying, Shaba Jay, Shaba. Jay Davidson doesn't understand Urdu, but I'm sure he knows what Shaba means. Well done, well done. Look at that, getting it up nice and high. So like I said, this game essentially a dress rehearsal for tomorrow. Hong Kong Islanders knocked out of the tournament, of course. And the Epic Group All-Star Series, it's a 3-team single round-robin tournament, with the final to be played between these 2 teams tomorrow.
Yeah.
Left alone, bowling in good channels here, Jay Davidson. Three balls left in the first over. Tell you what, New Territories Tigers, that over rate in the first game was horrendous. Took 102 minutes to bowl 20 overs. That's simply not good enough. It meant I had to rush through my biryani between games. Got a bit of chest burn as a result. Nudged away into the covers. Easy single.
social media for that one can be used for video recording, editing, uploading. You upload trust video. This train is up and ready today.
Up to video?
It's up to upload.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Apologies, folks. A wasp has invaded our broadcast and it's just flown off now. Take a moment for Jay to regain his composure. Meanwhile, it's been a good start here for the Lions. Nizakat getting a single off that previous delivery, I believe. As Yasim's now on strike. Worked off the legs from Yasim straight to mid wicket for no run. Should be 5 for no loss after the first over. Good over by Jay Davidson. It's not easy playing back-to-back games, but the weather has been helpful. It's not a hot day, it's a cool, breezy day. Challenge, of course, for the Tigers is they have had 20 overs in their legs. They have been able to change the wicketkeeper, the one change in their playing 11, Ansh Toshi, replacing Charlie Walsh. And it's going to be Ayush Shukla, as in the morning game, to share the new ball. So as mentioned, one change in the new Territory Tigers 11 with Ansh Toshi coming in behind the sticks to replace Charlie Walsh. It is a tough gig for a youngster. We could keep 40 overs in a day, especially with a break in between. And the Kowloon Lions have had 2 changes. If I can remember off the top of my head, Parth Bhagwat and Abdul Samad Khan rested for this match. Here comes Ayush. Nizakat works it into the leg side for a single. Coming in for the Lions, young batter Shiv Mathur and young seamer Daniel Mapp. So they've reinforced the bowling with another young quick. The batting maybe a little bit thinner. Missing Samad Khan and Parth Bhagwat. Opening the batting, Yasim with us and Nizakat Khan. The Hong Kong national team opening pair. Had good success in the Asia Cup against some of the best bowlers on the planet. Up here now, the All-Star series facing Ayush Shukla. Running into ball. Nice swing, late swing. Down the leg side. But it's going to be given a wide. Lovely shape on that ball though. Ayush has been swinging it well all day today. Cloudy day. Overcast conditions. So some movement on offer. Update here from the commentary box. The commentator has been stung by a wasp. Let's hope he's not allergic. People questioning in what's the final going to be. I think yes, the final is in fact going to be the Lions taking on the Tigers. I think which team gets to be the home team will determine on the outcome of this afternoon's match. Meanwhile, the Lions now here for a solid start. 1 boundary, first ball from Nizakat Khan. Glorious off drive. Since then it's been singles and dots. Another dot ball there. Blocked into the covers for no run. 2 slips in place there you can see for Ayush Shukla. Getting a nice bit of movement with the ball. Young Ansh Toshi behind the sticks. Works into leg side, quick single, well done. Takes on the mid-on fielder and gets the single through.
First time I'm stung by a wasp. My bone hurts, man. What's going on? I didn't do anything to the wasp. It doesn't look that bad.
In this confirmation, Jaidan Sangani has indeed been stung by a wasp. It's wishing him a speedy recovery. Ayush now to Yasim. Outside half the bat, it's gone through where probably a gully fielder would have taken it. Maybe a third slip. It's a gap anyways. There's just one slip in place for Yasam. The ball's just flown through the gap and it's down to third man for a single. So it's been a tidy over here actually from Ayush, hitting good lengths. Bowling with good speed. Not over pitching, not giving something Nezakat or Yasam can latch onto. Hasn't been easy to play length deliveries in this All-Star series. We've seen in the Thursday's game and then today's game, of course. Overcast conditions, bit of rain, bit of humidity. We're using the same pitch, third game in a row on it, I think. Straight ball on the pads. Should be a leg by. Waiting for the umpire's signal. Yes, indeed. Umpire John. Is that John Prakash? Yeah, I believe that is umpire John Prakash. Shelton the Cruz. Two of the best umpires in Hong Kong. Leg by in a single. So 2 overs and 11 for no loss. The Lions after I think that's a decent start against the new ball, especially against the new ball bowling attack of this quality. Ayush Shukla, Jay Davidson. Ayush, of course, has a wicket of Rohit Sharma in his back pocket from a successful Asia Cup campaign. Jay Davidson, of course, has played international cricket as well for Namibia. So you got a world, you could say a world-class bowling attack right here. Associate standard, definitely, against 2 Hong Kong opening batsmen. In comes Jay Davidson. He'll of course be very happy with Namibia's successes at the recent World Cup, beating Sri Lanka, getting into that final 12. But he's out here in Hong Kong with us. High pace, control. He's got one slip in place from Nezakat Khan, who missed out on the Premier League T20 due to a finger injury. He's returning back to competitive cricket after a again successful stint in the Asia Cup. And looking good here at the moment. Lovely shot. Not fully in control of it, but threw his hands at it and squirts it past deep point for 4 runs. Worth looking at a replay of that. Should be on your screens very shortly. Likes to chew gum out there in the middle. As you can see, I think he just caught the moment there of the shot, threw his hands at it, sent it flying past backward point and over the infield for 4 runs. So Nezakat likes it when the ball is pitched up and lets him drive, lets him throw his hands at it. He's very strong carving the ball through the offside. Davidson in again. That's where he needs to be. That's a gorgeous shot, very well fielded in the covers. Akbar Khan there in the covers. Very nicely done, number 16. Indeed, Akbar Khan. Alright, Jay Davidson recovered from his wasp sting. His bone was hurting for a moment there, but I think he's good to go. Jay Davidson close out this over. Oh. Edge past slips. Third man will tidy it up. Just be a single, passing on to Jay.
Here we go, 2 balls left in the third over, 16 for no loss. I have to say I have no idea what that wasp has against me. I was not attacking it. I was just chilling next to my empty box of biryani. Maybe that's what enticed him to sting me on the leg. Here we go, 2 balls left, Yasim Murtaza. Smashed straight to Babar Hayat. One thing I've learned, for some reason, this wasp sting is hurting my bone. It's weird. First ever wasp sting I've ever gotten. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit frazzled. Nonetheless, it's a 5-4 offside field and Slip is moving out of position into what looks like a gully. Oh, charges down the track. Well done, Jay Davidson. Shortens his length. The dot ball goes through to the keeper. End of a good over there. 16 for no loss after 3. Done a little bit of casual research on Google. If anyone has some lemongrass oil, please bring it up here to the commentary box. Apparently that repels wasps. Nitesh, lemongrass oil in your pocket?
Lemon CC?
That's gonna make things worse. Oh, there you go. Ayush Shukla to continue for the 4th over. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to log into YouTube. I want to see how many people are tuned into this game right now. And of course, you can watch this game on YouTube, on Facebook, and if you're in that Indian subcontinent, you can also watch it on Fancode. Here we go, Shukla and the Tigers looking for their first breakthrough. That's worked away nicely towards deep square leg. A very easy single. Yep, I guess word is beginning to spread that we have the second of a double-header contest on right now. I'll tell you what, with Yasim Murtaza and Nazakat Khan at the crease, you don't want to take your eyes off the action. They open the batting, of course, for the Hong Kong national men's team as well. Now Ayush Shukla coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Down the leg side. In fact, it's going to be 5 wides.
Ooh.
We're in trouble here in the commentary box. Sometimes wasps, sometimes balls flying in our direction. I am not going to venture into those bushes. That's exactly where the wasp originated from. There you go, Ibrahim Ishaq, player of the match from that first game this morning. Fetching the ball down here at deep fine leg. But look, at the end of the day, Ayush Shukla, you should not be drifting down the leg side. Not this often. Did that quite a few times in that first game as well. That's a pattern with Ayush Shukla. Just struggles a tad against the left-hander. 4 wides against left-handed batters earlier today. Once again down the leg side. Keeper's having a tough day. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. Yeah, there you go. Wides yet again. There's Ansh Doshi behind the sticks. Tell you what, he's had had a bit of a challenging day so far. Ansh Doshi, of course, in for Charlie Walsh. Both of them wicket keepers. Charlie Walsh as well plays for KCC. Short. Oh, look at that. Fetch that from outside off stump. And I think he's got enough on this to collect a boundary. Absolutely. Targets a straightish mid-wicket region. As easy as pie for Nazakat Khan. The score now moves on to 28 for no loss. Ooh, a couple of wides in this over, including, of course, 5 wides down the leg side. Ayush Shukla, 1.2 overs, none for 17. He's been expensive. Punched away. Oh, well fielded, Dan Pascoe. Tell you what, that deserved 4. And a little bit to the left of Dan Pascoe. He knows it, Nazakat Khan looking to the heavens. A little bit to the left of Dan Pascoe would have been another boundary. Nonetheless, this is shaping up to be the best power play of the tournament so far. 28 for no loss, halfway through the 4th over. And we see a little bit of extra protection there now on the leg side. Mid-wicket has moved from the offside. Ah, look at that. So smart, Nazakat Khan. Fielder just moved out from the offside into the leg side, and he was looking for that very gap. The execution, of course, wasn't perfect. I'll tell you what, Nazakat, for a very long time, especially in his early days, he has a reputation of being a swashbuckler. But recently, he's calmed down a little bit. He's a lot more consistent, especially in the shortest format of the game. Goes after this one, signature Nazakat. He might be out. Absolutely. Commentator's curse strikes for the 4th time today. Look at that. Nazakat Khan looks to the heavens, and he's taken at deep backward point. Good captaincy here from Babar. He knows that's a strong region for Nazakat Khan. I bet you knew that as well. We're going to have to take a look at this replay as well. A crucial moment in the context of this game. Look at that, Nitesh Hemlani tempting fate, opening up the biryani, drawing the wasp in yet again. But look, at the end of the day, 28 for 1. 1 ball left in the 4th. A bit of an opening here now for the New Territories Tigers. I'm sure the Kowloon Lions, a lot of them were actually here for the closing stages of the last game. And they would have noticed New Territories Tigers very, very nervous, chasing 135, a manageable 135 for victory. Nonetheless, we have a new batter at the crease, Shiv Mathur, who Nazakat Khan talked up at the toss. He said, I was around Shiv Mathur's age when I first started playing for Hong Kong. I too came through the great age group system. That's a much better end to the over. Good comeback from Ayush Shukla, 28 for 1 after 4. Oh, I got stuck. Makes no sense. We have a change in bowling. Mohammad Waheed into the attack for the first time today. Expect him to hit the deck hard. Loves to do that, bowling back of a length. Sometimes short, sometimes too short. Tell you what, someone like Yasim Murtaza is definitely familiar with how Mohammad Waheed operates. There you go, Mohammad Waheed with that headband on. Tell you what, looks fitter than he did last year. Looks a lot more lean than he did last year. Lean and mean, short. Well done, deep mid wicket. Bit of an awkward bounce there, taking it on the half volley, but cuts it off nonetheless. Yasim Murtaza, interesting. Not too shy to take on the short ball. Yasim Murtaza, of course, a new avatar as an opener these days. Pushed up the order in T20 cricket for Hong Kong. Shone so brightly at that Asia Cup qualifier. Hong Kong's best player at the Asia Cup qualifier. Yeah, there you go. Nick down the leg side. I feel for you, Shiv Mathur. It's always a cruel way to get out. Just a hint of bat on that, it would have been 4 runs. Instead, he's strangled down the leg side. Look at that. A bit of an embrace there between Yasim Murtaza and Ibrahim Ishaq. But Shiv Mathur, you got to feel for him, the under-19 player. A player of great promise. Unfortunately, strangled down the leg side in his first innings of the tournament. And how quickly things change. We were talking about how it was a lightning quick start here for the Kowloon Lions, but they've lost 2 wickets and added just 1 run in the last 5 deliveries. Look at that. New Territories Tigers roaring back, taking early wickets in the power play yet again. Walking to the middle at number 4 is Zishan Ali. Another one of those players who plays for the national team. And pretty often, you actually see Zishan walking in at number 3 in club cricket and all-stars cricket. Today, however, walks in at number 4. But I really do feel for Shiv Mathur. Came into this 11, of course, in place of Parth Bhagwat. Parth Bhagwat, well, 2 days ago, ran himself out. It was needless. Here we go. Muhammad Waheed to Zishan Ali. He's worked away towards deep square legs. Simple way to get off the mark. Tell you what, it's getting a little bit cooler and chillier here at Mission Road. I walked out of the house and said, hey, you know what? I'm feeling confident. There's not a single thing I've forgotten. Took my watch, took my wallet, took my phone, took an extra change of clothes because I'm gonna walk all the way from here to TST. There you go, 4-kilometer walk. Need to drop some calories after that cheeky biryani. But one thing I did forget, unfortunately, was my windbreaker. Been an interesting day for me. Forgot my jacket. Got stung by a wasp. But look, standing strong. Still here in the commentary box with 1.2 overs left in the power play. Jay Davidson at mid-on, mid-off in the circle in the form of Ibrahim Ishaq. That's too wide, and that's punished through the offside. It should run away to the boundary, and yes, it does. So there you have it, another boundary. In fact, the first boundary here for Yasim Murtaza moves on to 7 off 9 deliveries. We have 1 ball left in the 5th over, and Muhammad Waheed. That's poor, man. Too much width. Yasim Murtaza too good to miss out on that. In fact, we're waiting for the confirmation on whether or not that is a boundary.
Show him.
There you go, a bit of controversy here. I think Babar is asking the umpire, like, you should ask the fielder, you should trust the word of the fielder as well. I tell you what, you know, from judging from the naked eye, that looked like a boundary to me. I definitely noticed the boundary rope being disturbed. So Babar Hayat, he's got to keep his emotions in check. New Territories Tigers captain has plenty to be pleased about. 2 quick wickets for the Tigers. Could have been 3 quick wickets. Well done, Muhammad Waheed. Success in his very first over. 34 for 2 now after 5. And my constant back and forth with this wasp. I've laid a bit of a trap for him. I've opened a soft drink can. I drank most of it, just a little bit. Oh no, there's the wasp right there. There you go, Nitesh.
Where is it?
It's right there, buddy. Yes, I'm gonna keep an eye on the action and on. Oh my God, that wasp is ready to sting.
When the wasp die after stinging people?
Nah, it's bumblebees. In case all of you need to be brushed up on your wasp trivia, wasps do not pass away after stinging someone. And that would be bumblebees. So yes, this wasp is definitely ready to sting again. There's no reason he has to come back to the commentary box. There are 11 players out there in the field. I hope they don't get stung. But if I was a wasp, well, I mean, it's better mathematics on this field than in this commentary box. Here we go, Dan Pascoe, left arm spin, last over of the power play, tossed up, backward point, makes no mistake. More like a gully fielder, in fact, Muhammad Waheed. Defended yet again, Zishan Ali. Showing Dan Pascoe the respect that he's accustomed to. Tell you what though, Zishan Ali loves long on. We have a long on in position, of course, but he goes a little bit wide of that long on. But that short, unable to capitalize on that. Zishan Ali not happy with himself. Rocked onto the back foot, but that one going straight to Waheed there. in that gully position. It's 5-4, offside field. Well, Akbar Khan there at first slip. Handy innings in the first game. Played a supporting act to Ibrahim Ishaq. Big grunt from Dan Pascoe. Dan Pascoe, so intelligent. Huge grunt. But it was actually a slower pace delivery. He held it back in his hand. Look at that, Dan Pascoe. It's never a dull moment when he's at the bowling crease. Mid-on is in fact in the circle this time. Straight down the ground. Still no runs off this over. 5 consecutive dot balls. They've dragged things back really nicely here. And last 14 deliveries have yielded just 6 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. There you go. Maiden over from Dan Pascoe. That's fantastic. 34 for 2 after 6. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Dan Pascoe. The final over of the power play, statistically speaking, is one of the most expensive overs of the innings. It's right up there with the 19th and the 20th overs. I think it's third position. Yeah, on average, the 6th over is the 3rd most expensive over in T20 cricket. Not to be this time. We're out of the power play. 34 for 2. Advantage. New Territories Tigers. Oh, that advantage could have been strengthened further. Play and a miss. Mohammad Waheed getting some seam movement off this track. I'll tell you one thing about Waheed. One thing that's really, really impressive. He's got that high arm action, Mohammad Waheed. You're not going to see someone like Mohammad Waheed losing a lot of height. You're going to see what I mean in a second. Yeah, there you go. Just hiding the delivery, in fact, Mohammad Waheed. I think another thing he does is sometimes he holds it down the seam and sometimes a bit cross-seamed as well. So he gets that natural variation. Four balls left in the 7th. Turned away. Should be an easy single. In fact, they're thinking about 2. Mohammad Waheed. Fantastic. Waheed in hot pursuit realized there was a huge gap there on the leg side. Saving some runs off his own bowling. 2 runs in the first 3 balls. See Akbar Khan on your screens with a nice smile on his face. He's a key player, no doubt, for this Tigers team. Picked up 1 wicket in his solitary over in the morning. Made a good contribution as well with the bat. And he's into the action. The man we were speaking of, Akbar. Akbar Khan, of course, mighty impressive at the Premier League T20 tournament, which preceded the All-Star Series. There you go, getting more and more viewers now on YouTube. I urge you to share the link of this live stream with your friends and family if you want to support cricket in Hong Kong. Down the leg side, signaled wide. But of course, if you're watching on YouTube, for example, all you have to do is click on that share button. Then you'll see a variety of icons popping up. And in fact, I'm going to do that right now. Here we go. I'm going to click share. I'm going to click on WhatsApp. And I'm going to find that family group chat. There we go. Family group chat. Next. And send. Tries to go big. Just about clears backward point. Deep cover. Runs around and does a fantastic job. Ehsan Ayaz, the southpaw. I wonder if he's going to get a bowl later today. Missed out with the bat. Was fantastic in the field in the morning. And no different this afternoon. Last ball of the over. Goes down the ground. Has he cleared the boundary? Absolutely. It sails over long off. Zishan Ali with his first maximum of the day. 44 for 2 now after 7. You can see that over pitched. Didn't look to overhit the ball. Foot to the pitch of the ball. High elbow. And he got the distance. Zishan Ali. He's got that diminutive frame. You can see a change in bowling. We're going to have a little more spin. And interestingly, I'm not sure I would have done this, but Dan Pascoe is out of the attack. The leg spin, of course, of Dan Pascoe's KCC teammate, Mudassar Hussain. Tell you what, Mudassar, he's had a good season. He got his big break for KCC in the absence of Waqas Barkat, who was down in Oman with the under-19s. And Mudassar Hussain, he's made the most of his opportunities. That's tucked away. It should be an easy single, and yes, it is. So I tell you what, though, Mudassar Hussain played for KCC, played every single game, a regular fixture in their lineup for the Jamie Atkinson-led side. And now he finds himself in the All-Star Series, one step away from selection for the national team. If you do well in the series, of course, those selectors, they might be talking about you. That's too short. Just over backward point for the second time today. It's running down to deep backward point. Oh, yes, he pulls it in. Mohammad Waheed. Well done. And it looks like they've come back for 2. Absolutely. Zishan Ali, this time, he was able to find a gap square of the wicket on the offside. Earlier today, of course, against Dan Pascoe, he missed out. Yes, confirmation coming in from the third umpire. Mate, that was clean. So the decision stands, just 2 runs. Tossed up, guided. Well done, Waheed. Races in from a shortish third man. Cuts it off. .47 for 2. 3 balls left in the 8th over. There you go, consecutive dot balls now for Mudassar. Make that 3 consecutive dot balls. I think Zishan just indicating that was the other one, the googly, coming into the right hand of the googly. Look at that, I'm being attacked by all corners. Wasps, mosquitoes, they all want a piece of me. Straight back to the bowler. Well done, Mudassar Hussain. It's a good over, drags things back. 47 for 2 after 8. No change in bowling. Ayush Shukla back into the attack. And look, I like this. Ayush Shukla struggles a bit against the left-handers. That's certainly been the case today. At the end of the day, he has to get better. And the only way he's going to get better is through more exposure. Ayush Shukla, of course, plays for the national team and featured throughout the Asia Cup and Asia Cup qualifiers. Here we go. Around the wicket to Yasim Murtaza. He's been cut straight to backward point. Dan Pascoe makes no mistake. Another dot ball. So good spell of play here for the New Territories Tigers. Dan Pascoe, of course, bowling a maiden. The 6th over, the last over of the power play, didn't concede a single run. And in the last over, only 3 runs conceded by Mudassar Hussain. They're going at less than 6 runs and over. That's worked away off his hips. There's work to do here for deep mid wicket. Runs around, cuts it off, just a single. And all of you listening on YouTube and Facebook, I want to hear from you. What do you think the Kowloon Lions will score at the end of 20 overs? Drop your predictions down there in the comments section. Moves across his stumps, and that's well hit. Over extra cover, it races to the boundary. Zishan Ali on the charge yet again. There you can see on the replay, didn't do too much wrong there, Ayush Shukla. But he got to the pitch of the ball by charging down the track. And he found his region. This time it's too short, it's been pulled away. Deep square leg, will he cut this off? Desperate dive in vain. Back-to-back boundaries here for Zishan Ali. He's not been in the best form this season, but I wonder if today's his day. Yeah, you can see right there, a little bit too short from Ayush Shukla. Zishan Ali, to his credit, fetched it from outside off stump, got it right off the middle of the bat. Sweet sound off the bat too. Oh, slower delivery once again, too wide. It's going down to the boundary. A fancy bit of footwork. Mate, you should have used your hands. 3 boundaries in a row now. Pressure on the New Territories Tigers. Look at that, 60 for 2, 1 ball still left in the 9th over. It's been a very expensive over, you have to say. 13 runs off the over. 1 more ball. Defended watchfully. Kowloon Lions just about with their noses in front, 60 for 2 after 9. Yeah, let's log on to Facebook for a change. What's going on this live stream? A reminder, you can watch this game live on Facebook or YouTube. And if you're in the Indian subcontinent, I'm sure you're tuning in right now on fan code. Whatever your platform of choice, I urge you to spread the word about associate cricket and about Hong Kong cricket by sharing the link to this live stream with your friends and family. And look who's watching. It's the leg spinner himself, Mohammad Ghazanfar, who predicts a total of 130 here for the Kowloon Lions. Speaking of leg spinners, Mudassar drags it down. Well done, Ibrahim Ishaq. Just a single. But Ghazanfar, if you're in that live chat, you're still listening to us, you're still watching, mate, let us know, what is the update on your injury? We miss you. We want to see you at the All-Star Series. We want to see you back on the park as soon as possible. Mohammad Ghazanfar, of course, did a fantastic job for USRC this season. They won 2 out of 4 games. And you can see a couple of familiar faces. We have off-spinner Betty Chan, who of course is also employed by Cricket Hong Kong. See Javed Bai as well, the assistant coach for the national team. Cut away, that's too short. Deep cover, is he going to cut this off? No, another chase in vain for Ehsan Ayaz. They're really stepping on the gas now. 26 of 19 for Zishan Ali. But Mudassar, on more than one occasion, he's been too short today. And this time, cut away. Square on the offside, just in front of square, in fact, by Zishan Ali. 26 off 19. 4 boundaries, 1 maximum. He's been dealing in 4s and 6s. Tossed up, guided away. Ooh, bit of a misfield. Oh, 2 misfields. Waheed cuts it off, prevents the boundary, but unable to prevent the 2. So runs really beginning to flow now for the Kowloon Lions. Make no mistake, they are in the box seat. And against the New Territories Tigers, who struggled a tad in that first game to chase down 135. Don't get me wrong, they eventually did do it. They made things very, very interesting for all of us. We have 2 balls left in the 10th over. 67 for 2, a nice mini recovery between Zishan Ali and Yasim Murtaza. Ooh, a little wrong-footed there. Wasn't sure. Should I go forward? Should I stay back? Bit of a nothing shot in the end. But Zishan Ali, of course, walked in a very tough situation. His side losing 2 wickets within the power play. And you know what they say about number 4, it's the toughest position to bat in when it comes to T20 cricket. Tossed up, brilliant. Slowed it up, held it back. More revolutions on the ball, more purchase off the surface. 67 for 2 at the halfway mark.
And we're back after drinks with Daniel Pascal getting a change in ends.
Rolling change, 10 past 4.
Might have picked up my walkie-talkie there's a bit loud. Yeah, Daniel Pascal getting a change of ends. He'll start off after drinks at the Argyle Street end. 67 for 2. Zishan Ali taking 3-4 boundaries in the last 2 overs, so just starting to open up. Yasim Murtaza settling in, not striking at 100 yet, but getting his eye, and he'll be facing his left-hand batsman versus left-arm spinner. Should be an interesting dynamic here. Deep mid-wicket, deep square leg. I want to say long gone as well. Full and straight, just tucked into short mid-wicket for no run. Ibrahim, man of the match in the morning game down here at long off. In deep point, so 5 fielders out. Short fine leg and a mid-wicket in the circle for Dan Pascoe. As he pulls it again. Flat, tight on the stumps, cut into the offside. For another dot ball. So that's 8 dot balls for Dan Pascoe in this game. He's not had a run conceded off him. Yasim Murtaza facing again. Dabs it to short third, who's quick on the ball. Hassan Ayaz. 9 dot balls for Dan Pascoe. Pressure starting to build here. It's been an even innings, just back and forth. 67 for 2, you would say is honours even. Now here comes Dan in again with 3 dots. A little bit straighter on the legs, gets away with it, you'd think. Sit him on the pads. Deliberate, well thought, well planned, but at the same time, Yasim should have really put that away.
No runs conceded, 10 dot balls.
Yeah, 10 dot balls. It's just, can he string together back-to-back maidens to start a spell? One over at the far end, one over the near end here. Oh, that's the run. It spun and bounced a bit more. Yasim's able to ride it and force it into the offside for a single to open Dan Pascoe's account. 5 dots in a single. And here comes Dan around the wicket to Zishan Ali. Last ball of this 11th over. 67 for 2, 68 for 2 after that single. Kowloon Lions. There you go. Again, tied in the stumps, carved away well into the offside. The boundary fielder will get the ball there, and that should be just a run. 2 off the over, 69 for 2. Pass back to Jay.
Yeah, that's right. 69 for 2. Dan the man, Dan Pascoe, conceding just 2 runs in his first 2 overs. Tell you what, he's already made a huge contribution. 69 for 2 after 11. Yes, I'd have to agree it's close to honours even, but I would say with 8 wickets in hand, 9 overs to go, perhaps the Kowloon Lions just about with their noses in front right now. We spoke about this earlier as well. They have a strong top 5, the New Territories Tigers, like it's of Ehsan Ayaz, Ibrahim Ishaq, Akbar Khan, Babar Hayat, Waqas Khan in that top 5. That's been swept away to deep square leg, just a single. But good stuff here from Mudassar. I think he knew and he saw that Zishan Ali was shaping up for that reverse sweep. Shortened his length. .70 for 2. 5 balls left in the 12th over. He's just putting the finishing touches on his field. Is Mudassar Hussain. He's telling Gully, mate, I want you to move just a little bit finer. Jay Davidson there fielding in Gully. Down at short third man, we have Dan Pascoe. Ibrahim Ishaq does the cleaning up. Just a single to deep square leg. Tell you what though, 14 off 24 for Yasim Murtaza. It's not often you see Yasim Murtaza getting off to such a sedate start. He's got the rest of the innings to play with. He's got 52 deliveries left in this innings, Yasim Murtaza. And trust me, when he gets going, it's danger for the opposition. Good stuff, Mudassar keeping it tight. 2.3 overs, none for 12. I gotta say, I get the feeling the nature of the surface just changing a tad. Being used for the 2nd time today, of course, and 3rd time already in this tournament since Thursday. And of course, we have the big final tomorrow. I expect as this game goes on, as the tournament goes on, for spin to play more and more of a role. That's tossed up, but a full toss. Unfortunately, Zishan only able to hit it down to deep square leg, where Jay Davidson does the cleaning up. It's going to be interesting to see if Mudassar Hussain gets another over straight away. In my opinion, he's going well. Just give him another over, why not? But Yasim Murtaza loves the ball spinning into him. Expect him to target that whitish long on region. Tucked away, simple single down to Waheed at fine leg. Got one ball left in the 12th. Zishan has definitely been the aggressor so far in this innings, 31 off 27, with the assistance of 4 boundaries and 1 maximum. That 1-6, of course, coming in our direction down at the commentary box. Well, just to the left of us, in fact, down to long off. Tossed up, well done. Deceived Zishan Ali in the flight, who probably should have been playing forward. Plays back for a dot ball. Yet another over ticks by without a boundary. 73 for 2, 8 overs left. You can see a couple of spectators just having a bit of a hit down in the nets. In fact, just outside the nets. That's interesting. If I was them, I would just go into the nets. The nets are right there, guys. Nonetheless, 73 for 2. This partnership ticking along nicely, but at some point they're going to have to put their pedal to the metal. 10 and over from here on out would take them to 153. How close do they get to that 150 mark? Slapped but straight to Ibrahim Ishaq. The frustration continues to grow here for the Kowloon Lions. (15 off 26, Yasim Murtaza. He needs a boundary. Slaps that down to Jay Davidson at long on. Going exactly a runner ball now. Yet another impressive display this from the New Territories Tigers. We see the skipper Babar Hayat now dropping back to long on. Mid-off. Jay Davidson moving into the circle. Zishan Ali. Feel like he's gonna get tempted. He's gonna try and go down the ground maybe. Yes! He does get tempted. A catching opportunity just landing between Akbar Khan and that deep cover fielder. But Muhammad Waheed bowling to his field, bowling to the plan. The trap was definitely set. I think Babar Hayat fully aware of the short straight boundary. I'm sure all of you are fully aware of this short straight boundary from the Argyle Street end. Is he going to go again, Zishan Ali? He does this time. That's in the air. Well taken. Oh no. That goes down, but he saves a 6. That's good fielding there, in fact, by deep cover. Didn't take the catch. Actually, he did take the catch, realized he was going to go over the boundary, so parried it back in. Look at that, he saved 5 runs. How important is that going to be in the final equation? Saving 5 crucial runs there. Deep cover. And they need a boundary, they need one desperately, do the Kowloon Lions. Bang! Great sound off the bat. One bounce. And it goes to the boundary, that whitish long on region. 81 for 2 now. Yasim Murtaza with just his second boundary.
Can you confirm it's 4-6?
4. Yeah, there you go. 1 bounce 4. Maybe I've got a future as an umpire. Making the right call yet again, Jay Dansinghani. Nonetheless, 81 for 2. You take a look at that replay. Slap goes Yasim Murtaza. Bang yet again. This time Jay Davidson, stationed a little bit wider, cuts it off. But a good over for the Kowloon Lions. 9 runs off it. They're 82 for 2 after 13. There you go. Both batters now have a bit of a start here. 21 of 29 for Yasim Murtaza. Just struck his second boundary moments ago. Zishan Ali slowing down a tad, but 34 of 30. He's looking good. In fact, both of these players looking good for a potential half century. And I tell you what, something's going to happen in this over. We're going to see a boundary or we're going to see a wicket. Maybe we'll see both. Muntasir Hussain, the leg spinner, to continue over the wicket to Yasim Murtaza. There's a big space there between long on and deep mid wicket. Tucks it away. It looks like Babar. Yeah, big Babar cuts it off. Babar, of course, missed out in the first game with the bat. Dismissed for a duck. Needlessly trying to lift one over deep mid wicket. He spoke about that at the toss as well. He said, our top order, we played some bad shots, myself included. Babar Hayat sets very high standards for himself. Hong Kong's best batter. Tucked away on the leg side, early call of 2-2-2. Yasim Murtaza says, mate, I am not in the mood to run. Yeah, just holding his hamstring there, in fact. Yasim Murtaza. That's interesting. Yasim Murtaza. Bit of hamstring issues for him. 4 balls left in the 14th. Tossed up, goes down the ground. Has he found the gap? Oh, dropped. Long on. It was a very tough catch. It was absolutely flying in his direction. But I gotta say, it looks like Ehsan Ayaz down there. There's definitely a catching opportunity. Third boundary now for Yasim Murtaza, 26 off 31. And you can see long on just moving a little bit straighter after that. Yasim Murtaza, how does he respond? Is he gonna go a little wider? There you go, slapped away. So single to follow that fortuitous boundary. Tell you what, I like this intent though from Yasim Murtaza. He knows he's got to go for it, and he's looking a lot better now at the crease, starting to middle the ball. This partnership, it's a dangerous one. Zishan Ali, been a while since he hit a boundary. Smashed down to long off. Yeah, there you go. No mistake from Ehsan Ayaz this time. I'm very surprised, I have to say, that Ehsan Ayaz has not had a bowl in this tournament so far. Doesn't do anything fancy with that left arm medium pace. But as a left armer, of course, he's got that point of difference. And another thing that works in his favor is his nagging accuracy. Ah, just about evading Babar Hayat. Look at that, every single ball going down to Ehsan Ayaz in the last few minutes. I tell you what, that long on region, especially towards the end of the innings, is a hot zone. 91 for 2 after 14. Tell you what, I'm very surprised not to have seen any serious fireworks across Thursday and this morning. Relatively friendly batting conditions, I have to say. And usually, a venue like Mission Road, I'd say, hey, you know what? You can go at 11, 12 runs and over in the last 5-6 overs easy. It's been a different story in this tournament, however. Nonetheless, if they go at 10 runs and over, they will go beyond 150. And you feel like anything 150 plus, and it will be advantage to the Kowloon Lions. Here's Jay Davidson. Tries to go big, catching opportunity, decides not to go for it, and wisely so. Akbar Khan, if you went for that catch, you'd have to take a trip to the dentist, mate. Just a single. But now it looks like both batters, the intentions are clear. Both of them are going to go for it. I tell you what, it's not easy to smash Jay Davidson straight over his head for 6. You can see Zishan Ali just starting to look square on the leg side. Nobody in front of square in the circle on the leg side. In fact, he does go straight. Oh, that's out of here. That's into Argyle Street. That housing estate. I sure hope you haven't parked your car close to Mission Road, because Zishan Ali has just hit his second maximum. Yeah, and you know we have to take a replay. Some serious whippage there from Zishan Ali. As you can see, Jay Davidson running in tall and strong, but over pitching, and Zishan Ali straight down the ground. Serious whippage that went at least, I would say, 80 meters. It's kept traveling after it left the vicinity of Mission Road. 42 of 33 deliveries, 2 maximums, and of course 4 boundaries as well. Can he make it 2 maximums in a row? No, he chooses to guide it away to third man. Just a single. But now that run rate, just a shade under 7 runs and over. 7 has come off this over so far. Of just 8 have come off this over, I beg your pardon. In just 3 deliveries. So only halfway through the 15th over. How does Jay Davidson get out of this one? Yasim Murtaza loves flat batting it down towards long on. He goes squarer, and he goes all the way perhaps. Yeah, there you go, umpire Shelton getting some exercise, raising those arms, and now it's 100 up for the Kowloon Lions. A huge, massive over, 14 runs off it, still 2 balls left. And Yasim Murtaza moves on to a run of ball 35. He's still at the crease. He's getting faster and faster now. 32 balls left in this innings. Much better from Jay Davidson. We spoke about this earlier as well. The total in region of 150 or over 150, and I get the feeling it's going to be advantage to Kowloon Lions. The Tigers, of course, struggled in that chase of 135 in the first game. 31 balls left. Tucked away. Fine leg, makes no mistake. Mudassar Hussain keeps it down to a single. Nonetheless, the Wasp has returned, and it's 106 for 2 after 15. The Wasp is threatening to sting me yet again, and Jay Davidson was stung hard in the 15th over, conceding 15 runs, including a maximum and a boundary, of course. Both Zishan Ali and Yasim Murtaza getting into the act, I beg your pardon. And in fact, it's Dan Pascoe into the attack. There you go. Multitasking here at the comm box, trying not to get stung again. I don't know. I had no idea that a wasp sting makes your bones hurt. Look at that. Walking around with wasp venom. 5 overs left. 9 runs and over will take them to 151. 10 runs and over will take them to 156. They're looking good. Kowloon Lions. There you go. Yasim Murtaza 36 off 37. I think he's going to go big. He tries to go big, and yes, he does. I think that's gone all the way, absolutely. Just about clearing the ropes. And we talked about this, he loves that wide-ish long-on region. Yasim Murtaza, second maximum for him. Now he moves into the 40s. Both of these batters into the 40s. It's looking really ominous for the New Territories Tigers. There you go, 42 of 38. Sedate start, scored 14 of his first 24 balls. So his last 14 balls, he scored 28 runs. Fantastic from Yasim Murtaza. 112 for 2. That run rate comfortably in excess of 7 runs per over. Ooh, tries to go big, a thick inside edge. Squeezed down to deep mid-wicket for a single. But for the first time today, a bit of pressure here on Dan Pascoe. He's conceded 7 runs already. And Zishan Ali, Yasim Murtaza, they have 4 more balls to play with in this over. Look at that, Zishan. Considering his options on the leg side, looking towards square leg. Looking towards a huge gap between long on and mid-wicket. Oh, an inside edge, a fortuitous inside edge. They should pick up a single. That brings Yasim Murtaza back on strike, hitting with the spin. Don't forget about that. But Zishan Ali, such an important innings for him. He's been out of form, and today marks his return to form. There you go, reverse sweep. I don't think I've ever seen Yasim Murtaza do that, in fact. But look, I'm all for it. It's always nice to expand your range. I think Yasim Murtaza knew as well Dan Pascoe is going to be bowling that wide, but maybe Yasim, it's better going over that extra cover fielder. Down the track, well done, Pascoe. Saw him coming, shortened the length. Consecutive dot balls now. So a nice little comeback from Dan Pascoe. Conceded 6 off the very first delivery of the over. 9 runs off the over, 1 ball left. And it's going to stay 9 runs. Well done, Dan Pascoe. Good comeback. And a great contest between bat and ball right now. 114 for 2. We have 4 overs left. Once again, 9 and over will take them to that magical 150 mark. 10 runs and over from now will take them to 154. 12 runs and over will take them to 162. Tell you what, if they get up to 160, I think it's gotta be the Kowloon Lions game. But Jay Davidson, if he can bowl an economical over, maybe take a wicket or two, things will swing back in favor of the Kowloon Lions. Oh, that's too short. He's put that away deep square leg. Is he going to cut this off? Absolutely not. Another 4 here for Zishan Ali, moves on to 48 of 36, striking at exactly 133.33 return. As you can see on that replay, that little too short, too far down the leg side, and put away quite easily. Shouts coming in from the infield. Catch coming, boys. Catch coming. Has guided into the offside. Deep cover has a lot of work to do. Unable to cut off the boundary. Half century here for Zishan Ali. Fantastic. Timed that to perfection. Found the gap as well, deep on the offside. Mate, you can raise your bat and be proud of your efforts. Only the second half century of this tournament. Look at that. Fielder chasing in vain yet again. Score now moving into the 120s. 122 for 2. Guided away on the leg side. just a single. It's just a single. So there you go. That's the saving grace for the New Territories Tigers. The very least, as Zishan Ali is off strike. Tell you what though, Yasin. That man is striking them well. Three and a half overs left, 123 for 2. That's a good sound off the bat. He hasn't found the gap, however. Deep square leg does well, it's just a single. Tell you what though, if this was a boxing contest, at this stage for the New Territories Tigers, it's about getting your hands up nice and high. Try not to get punched in the face. Two balls left in what's been an expensive over. Goes wide, does well. It's going to be just a single to Ibrahim Ishaq. So Jay Davidson, of course, in his previous over conceded 15 runs. This over hasn't been much better. 11 runs off it so far. 1 ball left. Jay Davidson, of course, impressive in that Premier League final against PACC. Impressive again this morning. But so far he's leaked 36 in his spell. That's a good end. Nice and full. Yasim Murtaza unable to do anything with that. Nonetheless, he throws the ball away in frustration. 0 for 36 in his 4 overs. We have 3 overs left now. Look at that, Manhattan. Some tall buildings. And that bowling card as well, 0 for 36 as you see for Jay Davidson. Dan Pascoe keeping it tight. But not much else to speak of here. And like I said, 3 overs left. Mudassar Hussain, of course, the leg spinner, has bowled out. Kept the runs down. As has Dan Pascoe. He's bowling the 18th over of the innings, and it's going to be his last over. Once again, a reverse sweep, this time from Zishan Ali, is just a single. And we've seen both of these batters trying to do that against Dan Pascoe, trying to unsettle him with those reverse sweeps, trying to manipulate the field. So far, that tactic is yet to pay off. 5 balls left in this Dan Pascoe spell. It's been another threatening spell here from the left arm spinner, I beg your pardon. That goes down to a wideish long on. Ooh, bit of a misfield, but he prevents the boundary nonetheless. 2 runs. .44 off 44 for Yasim Murtaza. Oh, that's a miss-stumping. Ansh Doshi lets that go through for a bye as well. Brings the dangerous Zishan Ali back on strike. He's asking the umpire, how many balls do I have to play with? There you go, 3 balls left in this over. And with that single, with that miss-stumping, that's also brought up the 100 partnership between these two. Pulled away, very wristy. And I think he's found the gap as well. Now look at that, deep mid wicket does well. They're coming back for 2. Not the best throw. And the throw actually coming off one of those artificial decks, that practice wicket. No harm done, however. But Ansh Doshi missing the stumping of Yasim Murtaza. Tell you what, this wicket is just slowing up just a tad. It's not easy to walk to the crease and have a slog straight away. 2 balls left in the 18th. Oh, bit of a bounce on that one from Dan Pascoe. You love to see that as a left arm spinner. Angle in to the right hander. Generous revs on the ball. And some good purchase off this wicket. Bounce and turn. There we go. 1 ball left. Fantastic spell so far. Tosses it up, straight back to the bowler. Consecutive dot balls to close out Dan Pascoe's spell. 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 15. What a huge impact he's made on this final total. He's been the hardest bowler to get away so far today. And if it wasn't for him, Kowloon Lions would have been looking good for something in the region of 160, 170. That might still happen, of course. We have 12 balls left in this first innings. And it remains to be seen who bowls that penultimate over. It looks like Mohammad Waheed. There you go. Mohammad Waheed, that fancy headband. That new lean body look. Tell you what, it's not like he was unfit last season. But this season he looks a lot fitter, looks a little bit quicker. And looks more accurate as well. Mohammad Waheed. Yasim Murtaza eyeing up his half century, 47 off 46. There's a deep mid wicket on the boundary, long on the boundary, long off. Also back on the rope. We have a deep backward point as well. That's wide, too wide. It's going to be a bonus run. Make that 2 bonus runs. Ansh Doshi, been a bit of a tough day behind the sticks for him. Let go of a few byes, misstumping in the last over. So yes, not the best day behind the sticks. Ansh Doshi, that batch of under-19 cricketers who did so well in Oman, finishing second. And the Hong Kong under-19 men have now been promoted from Division 1 of the Asia qualifier to... Apologies, from Division 2 of the Asia qualifier to Division 1. And that Division 1 Asia qualifier will take place in the first quarter of 2023. That's slapped away. Deep cover. Easy. I tell you what, after losing 2 quick wickets in the power play, the Kowloon Lions, they're recovering well. Partnership of 105 between Yasim Murtaza and Zishan Ali. That's wide but slapped. It goes straight to deep cover. Once again, just a single. And if you're Babar Hayat, if you're the new Territories Tigers, singles, dot balls, that's the order of the day. Just prevent the boundaries as much as possible. 57 off 44 for Zishan Ali, ticking along nicely. 2 maximums to go with 6 fours in his innings so far. Striking at just a shade over, under 130, I beg your pardon. Pulled away a little bit high on the bat, so deep square leg. Should keep this down to a single. And yes, he does. That looks like Ayush Shukla maybe down there. We're halfway through the 19th over. If you're just joining us, the news from the middle is the Kowloon Lions won the toss and decided to bat first. Babar Hayat said, hey, you know what? I would have liked to have a bat first as well. Nonetheless, it's Zishan. It's Yasim Murtaza on strike. Oh no, Ansh Doshi continues to be tested. This time to his right. And this should be another 3 wides, in fact. It looks like Mohammad Waheed trying to make his case, saying, hey, you know what? The batter was just moving across his crease. Still, that was basically off the pitch. 3 bonus runs. And 10 runs and over will take the Kowloon Lions to 154. And I get the feeling something in the region of 155 will be a winning total on this surface. 48 off 47, looking for his half century, Yasim Murtaza. Fortuitous outside edge, in fact, not fortuitous at all. Well taken, Dan Pascoe, catch of the tournament. That's going to be in that highlights package. More importantly, it's the end of Yasim Murtaza and a useful dot ball. You can see Dan Pascoe happy with himself, having a bit of a chuckle as well. Timed that jump to perfection, Mr. Pascoe. Eight deliveries left in this innings. A 139 for 3. And we're going to get confirmation on who the new man is soon enough. There you go, man of the match, player of the match from the opening day. Waqas Barkat, wacky boy. Tell you what, he whacked a few. 2 maximums in that cheeky 33 not out. He's the informed player here, Waqas Barkat. Targeted that mid-wicket long-on region. One beautiful 6 he hit, where he just whipped it away, timed it to perfection, didn't overhit it, and it still traveled 70-75 meters over that boundary. 8 balls left. 2 for 33. It's been a decent day out here for Mohammad Waheed. He has 2 balls left in his spell. Oh, it's too short. In fact, it's perfect. Well directed from Mohammad Waheed. Getting good bounce on that, Waheed. I misspoke. That was a good delivery. So the wicket followed by a dot ball. He's pulling things back here, Waheed. You can see wacky boy Waqas Barkat just surveying that leg side. Fine leg now moving inside the circle. Babar Hayat coming down to have a word with Mohammad Waheed. They have a chuckle as well. That's good to see. Tell you what though, Mohammad Waheed maybe a tad expensive today. But the figures, I don't think they do him justice. He's bowled well. Short, this should be taken. And yes, clean catch in my opinion from Ansh Doshi. 3 wickets for 33 for Mohammad Waheed. That's a good end to his spell. And Waqas Barkat walking back to the dugout for a duck. And you can see on this replay that bustling high arm action from Mohammad Waheed, getting Waqas Barkat to edge through to Ansh Doshi, who takes a good diving catch. So 2 wickets in the over. He ends with 3 for 33. Mohammad Waheed finishing things off really nicely and dragging things back just a tad here for the New Territories Tigers. And you may have picked that up on the walkie-talkie. Just 5 minutes behind their over rate here. Are they behind the over rate? In fact, scratch that. They are on time to bowl their overs. Apologies for the misinformation. Nonetheless, 139 for 4. We have 6 balls left. And Mohammad Waheed has just made a huge impact. A tight over just now, taking 2 wickets. Getting both Yasim Murtaza and the dangerous Waqas Barkat out. Tell you what a reversal of fortunes for Waqas Barkat, man of the match on Thursday. Dismissed for a duck today. And I like this Ayush Shukla bowling the last over. Hong Kong national team player. I think he's got to improve his death bowling skills, much like the rest of that Hong Kong lineup. I honestly feel like the only good death bowler for Hong Kong is Ehsan Khan. I would have put Haroon Arshad in that category once upon a time, but not in the best bowling form, and also injured, so that doesn't help. Strong call of keeper, but they get in nonetheless, get back for 2. Zishan Ali now into the 60s, 60 of just 46 deliveries. We have 5 balls left in this innings. They won the toss, the Kowloon Lions chose to bat. It's been a pretty good decision, and I dare say they have their noses just about in front. Zishan, where can he get a boundary? Backs away, well done, Ayush Shukla. Bowls it short and wide, reaching for it, only managed to slap it to Babar Hayat for a single. Four balls left. Nasrul Arana, the new batter at the crease, guides it away down to third man for just a single. Nasrul Arana, of course, has really increased his pace and looks like a much better bowler than when I first saw him in 2019. Nasrul Arana, of course, had the luxury and the privilege of training with some of those central Punjab players in Pakistan. Bowled to players with experience of playing in a full member nation. And he got faster, got fitter, Nasrul Arana. Bang! Zishan Ali goes all the way. 6 of the best, half a dozen for Zishan Ali. Third maximum of the day for him. 2 balls left in this innings, and they're getting closer to that 150 mark. 149 for 4 to be precise. And yes, you can see on that replay, it's dug in short. Good thinking there from Ayush Shukla. But Zishan Ali was simply too good. And what do you do now, Ayush? Do you try and find the block hole? In fact, yes, I would try to do that if I was you, Ayush Shukla. Maybe look for that wide Yorker, change up the field a little bit, get a backward point. In fact, look at that. We've got an earpiece to the commentary feed. We see backward point dropping back to a deep backward point. Yeah, fine leg coming in the circle. I think maybe he might just throw it out wide. But look, I think the wide Yorker is a good strategy. Who cares if you concede a single? Who cares if you concede a wide? Moves across his stump, Zishan Ali. Whoa, signaled wide. John Prakash, is he going to withdraw the call? No, he's having a word with Ayush Shukla. And I think he's also telling Ayush Shukla, mate, you were really close to cutting the side of the crease, which would have been a no ball. Remember. No, in fact, I think John Prakash was saying, hey, you know what? You bowled it not just wide of that parameter on the offside, but, well, the line after that. It actually crossed that. Tell you what, it's a close call. 150 up now for the Kowloon Lions. 2 balls left. Moves across his crease, lets it go. Another wide delivery. No complaints from Ayush Shukla this time around. Tell you what, John Prakash, decent umpire. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. John Prakash, solid banter as well with John. He's a confident speaker. Good bloke. It's good people, John Prakash. 67 off 48. Making an early run for player of the match here. Nicked, and this time it's taken by Ansh Doshi. Good stuff here. And good comeback as well from Ayush Shukla. He's conceded 12 in this over. Just 1 ball left. And I'm sure he's going to get a round of applause here. Gets handshakes. Zishan Ali for a well-played knock. 67 off 49. Zishan Ali, you can be proud of your achievements. And maybe in a second you'll see Ilyas Gul. Yeah, there you go, Ilyas Gul. Standing up, the team manager. A warm round of applause for the number 4 batter. Nonetheless, the action never stops. Daniel Mapp in for the last ball. In fact, it's Jaden Botfield. Look at that. Another wide, 13 runs off the over. Apologies, of course, to Matt Botfield, Jaden's father. Botters, I'm sure you're tuning in to this feed. Oh, there you go. Here I am in the commentary box. First time I've featured on camera. A little bit starstruck, I'm not gonna lie. 1 ball left. 13 off the over. Swing and a miss from Jaden Botfield. They have to run through. Ansh Doshi chooses not to throw. But a good last over here for the Kowloon Lions. 14 runs off it. They end on 153 for 5. And you know what? I feel like it's advantage Kowloon Lions right now when they come out to bat second. The New Territories Tigers need 7.7 runs per over to win. But well done, Zishan Ali. 68. He's the standout performer here for the Kowloon Lions, and a big reason why they find themselves just about in front in this game. It's of course match 3 of the Epic Group All-Star Series. The Hong Kong Islanders have been knocked out of contention for the final, and these two teams will contest the final tomorrow. So far, it's the Kowloon Lions who are in the ascendancy in this dress rehearsal for the final. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansaghani. If you like what you've heard, you can follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansaghani. Follow Cricket Hong Kong on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'll be back with you in around 8 minutes from now for the chase. Here we go, 2 slips in, first ball, Jay Davidson. That's driven, bit of a misfield from that cover fielder, and in fact it's going to run all the way to the boundary.
Looking good here at the moment. Lovely shot. Not fully in control of it, but threw his hands at it and squirts it past deep point for 4 runs. Worth looking at a replay of that.
Now Ayush Shukla coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Down the leg side. In fact, it's going to be 5 wides.
Ooh.
We're in trouble here in the commentary box. Sometimes Wasps. Charlie Walsh as well plays for KCC. Short. Oh, look at that. Fetched that from outside off stump. And I think he's gotten a little bit. He's a lot more consistent, especially in the shortest format of the game. Goes after this one. Signature Nazakat. He might be out. Absolutely. Commentator's curse in T20 cricket for Hong Kong. Shone so brightly at that Asia Cup qualifier. Hong Kong's best player at the Asia Cup qualifier. Yeah, there you go. Nick down the leg side. Asking the umpire, like, you should ask the fielder, you should trust the word of the fielder as well. I tell you what, you know, from judging from the naked eye, that looked like a boundary to me. I definitely noticed the boundary rope being disturbed. He's had a good season. He got his big break for KCC in the absence of Waqas Barkat, who was down in Oman with the under-19s. And Mudassar Hussain, he's made the most of his opportunities. The Kowloon Lions will score at the end of 20 overs. Drop your predictions down there in the comments section. Moves across his stumps, and that's well hit. But he got to the pitch of the ball by charging down the track, and he found his region. This time it's too short, it's been pulled away. Deep square leg, will he cut this off? Desperate dive in vain. Back-to-back boundaries here for Zishan. A sweet sound off the bat too. Oh, slower delivery once again, too wide. It's going down to the boundary. A fancy bit of footwork. Mate, you should have used your hand. Betty Chen, who of course is also employed by Cricket Hong Kong. See Javed Bhai as well, the assistant coach for the national team. Cut away, that's too short. Deep cover, is he going to cut this off? Not. And they need a boundary, they need one desperately. Do the Kowloon Lions. Bang, great sound off the bat. One bounce, and it goes to the boundary, that wideish long on region. 4 balls left in 14th. Tossed up, goes down the ground. Has he found the gap? Oh, dropped. Long on, it was a very tough catch. He does go straight. Oh, that's out of here. That's into Argyle Street. That housing estate, I sure hope you haven't parked your car close to Mission Road, because Zishan Ali has just hit his second maximum. Listen, get out of this one. Yasim Murtaza loves flat batting it down towards long on. He goes squarer, and he goes all the way perhaps. Yeah. Yasim Murtaza 36 off 37. I think he's gonna go big. He tries to go big, and yes he does. I think that's gone all the way, absolutely. Kowloon Lions. Oh, that's too short. He's put that away. Deep square leg. Is he going to cut this off? Shouts coming in from the infield. Catch coming, boys. Catch coming. That's guided into the offside. Deep cover. Oh, that's a miss stumping. Ansh Doshi lets that go through for Bhai as well. Brings the dangerous Zishan Ali back on strike. He's asking the umpire, how many balls do I have on this surface? 48 off 47, looking for his half century, Yasim Murtaza. Fortuitous outside edge, in fact, not fortuitous at all. Well taken, Dan Pascoe. Though Mohammad Waheed maybe a tad expensive today. But the figures, I don't think they do him justice. He's bowled well. Short, this should be taken. And yes, clean catch. Players in Pakistan bowled to players with experience of playing in a full member nation. And he got faster, got fitter, Nasrullah Rana. Bang! Zishan Ali goes all the way. Who cares if you concede a single? Who cares if you concede a wide? Moves across his stump, Zishan Ali. Whoa, signaled wide. John Prakash, is he going to withdraw the call? No. He's having good bloke. It's good people, John Prakash. 67 off 48. Making an early run for player of the match here. Nicked, and this time it's taken by Ansh Doshi. Here we go, ready for the second innings. 154 to win at exactly 7.7 runs per over. Tell your friends, tell your family we're ready for the second half of this game. And that's left alone. Ibrahim Ishaq, the man in form, batting once again, opening once again with Ehsan Ayaz, the left-hander who's at the non-striker's end. And of course, opening the bowling once again, it's Mr. Shahryar Khan. There you go, Shahryar Khan. Not the tallest bowler. I tell you what, he's got that aggression, Shahryar Khan. Strong lad. And that's a strong start as well. Bit of movement away from Ibrahim Ishaq. And look, at the end of the day, Ibrahim Ishaq, he always gives you a chance. Loves to go after the bowling, make no mistake about that. He's a confident, aggressive opening batter. Loves batting in the power play as well. I spoke to him at that player of the match presentation. He said nobody's been in touch about a national call-up. Well, guess what? Another half century right now. And some of those selectors, they're going to be inquiring about Ibrahim Ishaq's number. Might get a cheeky message on WhatsApp. In any case, he's begun his innings with 2 plays and misses. Nadesh Hemlani says 3. I think he might be right. Oh, yet another play and a miss. What a contrast this morning. Ibrahim Ishaq, mate, you were on fire just a few hours ago. But look, as they say, every new innings is a new innings. You start from zero. It's an interesting saying. Of course you start from zero. Still no runs in this over. 2 balls left. Ooh, that one keeping a bit low, and he played under that one. Nonetheless, it's a wide delivery, so first runs on the board here for NTT. At required rate, close to 8 runs and over now. Start of the innings, it was 7.7. Still have a slip in position in the form of Yasim Murtaza. Look at that, he's got his hands in his pockets. It's getting a little bit chilly. Got an extra layer on myself. Charges down the track. Change of intent, but not a different result. Just 1 ball left now. Well done, Shahryar Khan, putting the ball in the right places. I think making a signal as well to Nazakat, saying there's a bit of movement away from the right-hander. Last ball. Oh, yet another play and a miss. Ibrahim Ishaq, his feet rather, rooted to the crease. 1 for no loss after 1.
There's an error margin of prediction. There's an error margin of the prediction for 7 amount.
And like I said
So that error margin is
earlier in this game, in the first innings, the nature of this wicket just beginning to change a tad.
line test where they have Hawkeye go against
We see a little bit more purchase for the spinners off this deck, and I wonder if that's going to inform Nazakat Khan's strategy.
I don't think they'll just set up an experiment. You go with the machine, it's okay.
One thing I will say about being in the commentary box, firstly, we have a great view from the commentary box, but of course I have the luxury of watching every single ball of this game, and sometimes the players don't pick up on the same things that we pick up on here in the commentary box. We've got the benefit of replays, of course. So I wonder, has Nazakat Khan noticed that there actually is some purchase in this wicket? And for the first time in this tournament, it looks like Daniel Mapp into the attack. As deep square leg in position. Is he going to go short? Look at that. Beautiful flowing drive there from Ehsan Ayaz, finding Jaden Botfield. Unfortunately for him. Ooh, tucking up the left-hander. That goes down to Finn Ridley, the tall Finn Ridley at deep third man. The tallest player on show today. And he's definitely going to have a role to play later in this innings. I cannot wait to see Finn Ridley introduced into the attack. You can hear the birds chirping, the sweet melody of bird song, also an indication that we're likely to have fair weather for the rest of this innings. Fingers crossed, this game should come to a natural conclusion. Four balls left in this over, left alone. Exactly where you want to be bowling as well. Nice follow through as well from Daniel Mapp, getting through his action really well. I'm excited to see Daniel in action. Yet another member of that promising batch of under-19 cricketers. Play and a miss. Taken as well cleanly by Zishan Ali. Unfortunately, another wide delivery. Kowloon Lions, you got to limit the number of extras. I'll tell you what though, Kowloon Lions, the mid-innings break would have been feeling confident. We said this at the start of the game as well, anything in that 150 region. Given how the New Territories Tigers struggled in a manageable chase of 135 this morning, you got the feeling 150-ish would be very challenging. Nazakat Khan, of course, talking up someone like Daniel Mapp right at the start of the game. In fact, at the toss. Can Mapp deliver for Nazakat Khan? That's up in the air. Chance here. Shahryar Khan gets under it and makes no mistake at deep third man. So that's the huge wicket. Ibrahim Ishaq, the half-centurion from this morning, is walking back to the dugout. He's barely troubled the scorers. Early wicket for Daniel Mapp. Early wicket for the Kowloon Lions. Yeah, there you go. A dejected Ibrahim Ishaq walking back to the dugout. Not happy with himself. Here we go, walking in at number 3. It's none other than Big Babar Hayat. Dismissed for a duck this morning. When's the last time you heard anyone say that? Babar Hayat dismissed for a duck. Tell you what, it was one heck of a contest. We called it as well. Ehsan versus Babar. Hong Kong's best bowler, Hong Kong's best batter, going toe to toe, going head to head. And it was Ehsan Khan who prevailed in that contest. But how good was Ehsan Khan, picking up 3 for 11 and nearly turned things in favor of the Hong Kong Islanders. Unfortunately, Hong Kong Islanders eliminated from the Epic Group All-Star Series. They lost both their games. Oh, look at that, fishing for that one outside the off stump. The youngster Daniel Mapp causing issues nice and early for this New Territories Tigers outfit. Two balls left, 4 for 1, looking for their first boundary. Oh, look at that, oohs and ahs. Tell you what, he's getting good carry off this deck. saw that with Dan Pascoe as well. The left arm spinner got turn and bounce from this end. So if you're a bowler in that Kowloon Lions team, you definitely want to be bowling from this end. Seems like a lot more is happening from this end than the Argyle Street end. That's guided. Backward point. There you go. He's a good judge of a run there, Babar Hayat. A single to round off a successful over for Daniel Mapp. 5 for 1 after 2. You see that batting card. Nothing much to speak of so far. Early days. But of course the early wicket of Ibrahim Ishaq as well. Half century to his name this morning. Unfortunately unable to make an impact today. You can see Nazakat Khan. Those focused eyes having a conversation with Shahryar. Shahryar got off to a cracking start. 5 plays and misses from Ibrahim Ishaq in that first over. That's punched. Look at that, Nitesh Hemlani bringing out a nice piping hot cup of coffee. There you go. Smells like a 3-in-1. Yeah, there you go. Cheeky powdered milk.
You know your smells, man.
Copious amounts of sugar. Some instant coffee here in the comm box. Punched. Oh, instant gratification from Babar Hayat. Punched in front of square off the back foot. That's his first boundary and the first boundary of the innings. And you know we have to get a replay on this. Look at that. Fielders, you may as well not run for it. Once Babar gets a hold of it, it's going to go to the boundary. Pressure on Shahryar for the first time today. And he responds well, right on the money. That's a good comeback after being struck for 4. That's the thing with Babar Hayat. There was only a hint of width outside the off stump. And he's so severe on anything just marginally offline. I tell you what, you bowl just a tad short to Babar Hayat. He rocks onto that back foot really quickly. And he will punish you. Big Babar. Guides that down into the offside for an easy single.
I think there should be a function where we just figure it out. We need to figure it out. उसमें एक screen आएगा जिसको देखना पड़ेगा. But I think we need to figure out.
Hasanaya still looking for his first boundary, of course. Batting on 1 off just 2 deliveries. Hasn't had much of the strike. And bowling over the wicket to him is Shahryar Khan. In fact, for the first time, Shahryar bowling to the left-hander. A slightly down leg. It might have come off the pad. We're waiting for the signal from the umpire. And yes, Shelton signals leg byes. Shelton, of course, one of the best umpires in Hong Kong. And in general, he's had a pretty decent day, both in the first game and in this game. 11 for 1, we're into the 3rd over, 1 ball left. Babar Hayat, I get the sense he's going to go for a boundary here. Mid-on is up in the circle. Ah, look at that, he was tempted. Nudges it down to Finn Ridley at mid-on. Just a single, he's going to retain the strike. 12 for 1 after 3. And Zishan Ali behind the sticks had a fantastic day. 68 runs coming in at number 4. You know what they say about that number 4 position, the toughest position to bat in T20 cricket. Zishan, of course, his team losing 2 early wickets in the power play. He had to stabilize the innings. And then he went hard. That's well timed. Babar Hayat squeezed that between cover and mid off. So there you go. Easy 2 runs there for Babar. You know, I get the sense. I actually called this off camera, off mic. I said, hey, you know what? I can feel it. Yasim and Babar are going to both have big days. Yasim, decent contribution, just about missing out on his half century. Oh, that's too wide. That was actually interesting from Daniel Mapp. Came wider of the crease on this occasion. I think what he wanted to do was angle it in to the right-hander before making it straighten. But it just didn't start on the right radar. A little bit too wide. You gotta start those deliveries around 4th, 5th stump. He did that twice against Babar Hayat in that previous over. Getting Babar to play and miss twice, poking outside that off stump. Good battle between Mapp and Hayat. And so far it's Daniel Mapp, the youngster, winning this battle. He's got some good pace, good height. Daniel Mapp making an impression in his first appearance of the competition. And personally, it's my first opportunity to take a look at Daniel Mapp, and I gotta say, 8 balls into his spell, I am already impressed. Oh, too full and eased over mid-off. Couple of bounces and into that boundary rope. Babar Hayat bites back. Best thing about it, didn't overhit it, as you're going to see on that replay just shortly. A little bit too full from Daniel Mapp, and he paid the price. And that's the thing. Someone like Babar Hayat, you could bowl 5 or 6 good deliveries as soon as you err even marginally. He will put you away to the boundary. He's a good judge of a single, Babar Hayat, and damn it, he likes his boundaries. Oh, fortuitous. We have a thick bottom edge on that one, going down to deep third man for an easy single. 20 for 1 after 3.4. Ehsan Ayaz. He's only faced 3 balls off the first 22 balls in this innings. And now facing up to Daniel Mapp. He's thinking about, hey, where can I get a boundary? Where are my scoring shots? That's full. Is it wide? Yes, absolutely. John Prakash stretches those arms. And they get a bonus run here, the New Territories Tigers. Tucks him up, but they do well. Nice early call, and they come through for a single. And it's so important when you're not getting regular boundaries, at least you keep that scoreboard ticking. I still believe it's the Kowloon Lions game to lose here. Got a good bowling attack, the Kowloon Lions. Someone like Finn Ridley, the tall Finn Ridley, still to come. But last ball of the over now for Daniel Mapp. He's got to end strongly. Mapp to Hayat. Bang goes Babar. All the way goes Babar. 6 of the best from Hong Kong's finest batter. Look at that. 30 for 1 now after 4. And if Babar gets his eye in, Tell you what, this could be a new territories Tiger win. We absolutely must take a look at a replay. Big Babar Hayat. Wow, Babar Hayat onto that in a flash. Making me look very wise in the comm box. We were just saying that. He judges length so quickly. Even if you're marginally short to Babar Hayat, he will hop onto that back foot and pull you away. I have to say that Babar Hayat pull shot reminds me a lot actually of Rohit Sharma. They're very similarly built, Rohit Sharma and Babar Hayat. I think Babar's actually bigger than Rohit Sharma. But trust me, Babar Hayat, he can kick it with the best of them. Hong Kong's finest batter. And now change of bowling, Finn Ridley into the attack, coming over the wicket to Ehsan Ayaz. Good start. Down the ground, but Shahryar Khan unable to prevent the single. Got 1.5 overs now left in the power play. It's going to be interesting to see how do the new territories Tigers play this. Tell you what, it's Babar Hayat. If it's in his slot, he's going to go for it. Mid on and mid off, both up in the circle. That's dangerous. Generous amount of bounce, but not the right direction. Down the leg side and a bonus run. See Finn Ridley just holding his lower back. He actually bent his back on that occasion. And that's also the one and only bouncer he can bowl in this over. That doesn't mean he can't bowl short. He just cannot bowl between shoulder and head height again. If he does that, it will be called no ball. 4.1 overs, 30 for 1. Babar, I think he's going to go big. Yeah, he sure does. Along the ground this time. Nasrullah Rana, well done at deep square leg. Keeps it down to just 2. In fact, a miraculous direct hit at the non-striker's end, and it would have been second wicket down. Four balls left in the 5th over. Yeah, goes well in front of square. He's found that gap. One bounce and into that mid-wicket boundary. Babar Hayat. Doesn't matter if you bowl fast and short. He's going to put you away any day of the week. And we have to take a look at that replay on your screens right now. The tall Finn Ridley. Strong action. Babar Hayat even stronger. Babar now into his 30s in terms of age, but his reflexes are as strong as ever, as are his shoulders. 36 for 1, going at 8 runs and over. Tucked away, quick single. They get through comfortably. So good thing for the new territories Tigers is they are up there with the required rate. They can keep ticking along at around this rate, get up to 75, maybe even 80 at the end of 10 overs. You get the feeling it's going to be their game to lose. Well driven Ehsan Ayaz, but straight to the fielder. A strong throw there from Nasrullah Rana, but unnecessary in my opinion. I think Babar Hayat was in. Just one ball left. 37 for 1. Finn Ridley, interestingly, more inclined to bowl full to Ehsan Ayaz than he is to Babar Hayat. Punched. Yeah, shot of the innings so far from Ehsan Ayaz as far as he's considered. Square of the wicket on the offside. Look at that. Back foot drive. Classical stuff. It's a good way to end the 5th over. A very, very expensive one. 11 runs off it. Finn Ridley had a good game 2 days ago. Today, unfortunately, conceding 11 in his first. 41 for 1. Babar, he's flying. Ehsan Ayaz as well, doing pretty well. But of course, Babar Hayat, the headline act so far in this innings, 27 off 15, with the assistance of 1 maximum and 3 fours. Seems like he's calling maybe for a drink. Yeah, there you go. Babar Hayat just calling for a drink. I guess it's not easy muscling balls over the rope. Takes a toll on you. You get a little bit tired. There you go. And he's switched. Babar Hayat doesn't want the helmet anymore. Gets a cap out. There you go. Smart stuff. Babar Hayat switches to a cap. Gets a cheeky drink as well. And for the first time today, for the first time in this innings, I beg your pardon, signs of spin. Yasim Murtaza. I tell you what, this is exactly the end you want to be bowling from, whether you're a seamer or a spinner. Both seamers and spinners getting a bit of extra bounce from this end. Babar Hayat eyeing up those gaps in the offside, thinking, hey, can I go square the wicket? Tell you what, it's a tight gap there between a squarish deep third man and that gully fielder. Goes down the ground, goes leg side. Looks like Daniel Mapp out there, makes no mistake. Just a single to deep mid wicket. Tell you what, in that last game I said Ehsan Khan versus Babar Hayat was the battle to watch. In this game, I think it's got to be Yasim Murtaza versus Babar Hayat. That is the battle to watch, in my opinion. But for now, Ehsan Ayaz on strike with mid-off up in the circle. So if he wants to go against the spin, if he wants to take that risk, that is an option for him. This, of course, is the final over of the power play. Oh, that's exactly what he tries to do. A thick inside edge to fine leg. Ehsan Ayaz. He's in no mood to just nudge the singles. He wants a boundary. He wants to take advantage of this power play. Yeah, thinking about it again. Nudged to square leg. Look at that. Nitesh Hemlani's got a smile on his face. A crucial 3 deliveries coming up right now. And you can see Ehsan Ayaz just eyeing up that square leg and deep mid-wicket region. Look at that. Great camera work on your screens. Right on cue. Now he's looking at fine leg. A straightish pull shot. Has he found the gap? Yes, that one lands in no man's land. Living dangerously here, Ehsan Ayaz. But he's not going to die wondering. 43 for 1 now. 2 balls left in the fielding restrictions. Babar Hayat, he wants a boundary. We have a straightish mid-on in position right now. So Babar Hayat, where are his scoring opportunities? Mid-on in the circle. Does he look to go over mid-on? Punches that away. Tries to. An inside edge onto his pad. Here we go. It's game on at Mission Road. We've got another tight one. Of course, we had a last over thriller in the morning. I wonder, is this going to go to the last over as well? 1 ball left. Tossed up, played a miss, or has he nicked it through? Yes, he has. Babar Hayat, great sportsmanship, but not a great result. He's walking back to the dugout, and now that score is 43 for 2 at the end of the power play. We have to take a look at that replay. Could be a potentially pivotal moment in this game. Yeah, look at that. Nicked through. to Zishan Ali. Smart catch as well. We have a bit of a change in this batting order. Walking in at number 4 is Waqas Khan. So Akbar Khan, interestingly, I'm pretty sure he's going to come out number 5, maybe a little bit lower. So very, very interesting change of tactic. I would have been tempted to go with Akbar Khan at number 4. Akbar Khan, a serious contender to be included in that Hong Kong national men's team. And of course that also depends on his availability based on his full-time job. We have change in bowling. Looks like Atiq Iqbal into the attack. Here we go. One of Hong Kong's most accurate bowlers, Atiq Iqbal. Usually see him with the new ball. Didn't happen today. But I get the feeling he's going to be right on the money. He's going to be hard to get away. Bowling to Ehsan Ayaz. You see a couple of fans there. More than a couple of fans, in fact. And you see LSW youngsters as well training in those nets. I wonder how many of them are going to go on to play for the LSW senior side. How many will play for Hong Kong? Here we go. Atiq Iqbal over the wicket, slapped down the ground. But a helicopter in that one. No run. So mid-on in the form of Nazakat Khan, the skipper, in the circle. And we have Yasim Murtaza down here at long off. Fantastic over from Yasim. Just 2 runs off it. And the big, big wicket of Babar Hayat. Yasim with the chance. Needs to take it. Decides not to go for it. And maybe that was a good decision. Could have worn one in the teeth. But Ehsan Ayaz continuing to live dangerously. Good start here for Atiq Iqbal, keeping things nice and tight. As our best friend, the Wasp, has rejoined us close to the commentary box. I've set a bit of a trap there for the Wasp. The remnants of my instant cup of coffee are down somewhere far away from the commentary box. Mate, have at it. As long as you don't come here. There we go. 6.2 overs, 44 for 2. Atiq Iqbal. This time mid-on and mid-off, both up in the circle. And he takes advantage of that change in field. Bang! Into that shed. 50 up now for the New Territories Tigers. And first 6 here for Waqas Khan off his very first delivery. You know, I'm calling it. That is definitely the shot of the day. Classical stuff there from Waqas Khan. Foot to the pitch of the ball. Didn't overhit it. Good extension of the arms and a great result. Oh, look at that. Charging down the track. Waqas Khan. Tell you what, this guy is full of ability. No shortage of talent in that thin, wiry frame of Waqas Khan. He's a very, very watchable player when he gets going. Very elegant. Shortens his length. That's left alone by Waqas. So a better over. 7 runs off it. 1 ball left. Still 104 needed in 13.1 overs at just a shade under 8 runs per over. So they continue to keep up with that asking rate. Let's it go again. Twice in a row we've seen plays, well, leaves actually. But 7 runs off the over. Good one. Here for the New Territories Tigers. 50 for 2 after 7. Interesting move here. Nazakat Khan brings himself into the attack for the 8th over. And I believe it's the first time in the tournament that he's giving himself a bowl. There you go, Nazakat Khan bowling ahead of Waqas Barkat today. And what makes this even more interesting, the leg spinner, Nazakat Khan, is going to be bowling to left-handed Ehsan Ayaz. That's a little bit short on the pads, worked away for a single. Nasrullah Rana yet to be introduced into the attack. I have to say I'm quite curious as to why. But maybe that's just my Nasrullah Rana bias kicking in. Love watching that man in operation. Nasrullah Rana, he's got some serious gas these days. When I say gas, of course, I'm talking about speed and not indigestion. Here we go. Nazakat Khan drops it short. Let's cut away. Oh, bit of a misfield. Nasrullah Rana. Mate, I was just talking you up. Allows the batters to get through for a single. .52 for 2. 4 balls left in the 8th over. Ehsan Ayaz, does he look for a boundary? Turned away. Atiq Iqbal does well, and he'll keep it down to just a single. Gotta say, Yasim Murtaza, every time I look in his direction, he's got a smile on his face. Very relaxed character, Yasim Murtaza. I'll tell you what, when he's going great guns at the crease, whether it's the batting crease or the bowling crease, his opponents are not relaxed. Oh, good amount of spin from Nazakat Khan. Maybe he's noticed the fact that the ball is just turning and bouncing a bit from this end especially. And it's that turn and bounce that proved to be the undoing of Babar Hayat. Right on the money this time, the straighter one. Of course, it was Yasim Murtaza, the left arm spinner, with the key wicket of Babar Hayat in the last over of the power play. It looks like maybe Nazakat might just be holding back Yasim Murtaza, in fact. Big grunt. And another dot ball. Good over here from Nazakat Khan. No boundaries off it. And also just 3 runs off the over. 53 for 2 now after 8. There we go, Naz. Nasrullah Khan. Apologies, Nasrullah Rana. Into the attack from the Argyle Street end. I gotta say, I like this Kowloon Lions uniform. Yeah, it's very unique. Purple and grey. Yeah, you know what they say about purple? Purple is the new red. Yeah, that's the color that's in vogue. There you go. Then again, I'm not exactly a fashionista. You should not be taking my fashion tips. Nasrullah Rana with the ball for the first time today, getting loose. There we go, Azaz Khan. His team, the Islanders, unfortunately, have been knocked out of the tournament. Nasrullah Rana coming over the wicket to left-handed Ehsan Ayaz. Look at that. Some serious whippage. That's gone all the way. I think that's the shot of the day, in fact. Ehsan Ayaz clearing long on quite comfortably. You can see Nazakat Khan running into the bushes. That's exactly where the wasps live, in those bushes. Fetching the ball out from beyond the boundary. 59 for 2. Every single time it looks like the Kowloon Lions are dragging things back, their opponents pick up a boundary. 6 of the best this time, on the legs and put away. Forces a change in field. Nazakat Khan is now dropped back. Oh, you feel like maybe that was a catching opportunity. It's come off the pad and gone extremely fine for 4. So a 6 followed by a boundary, 10 runs off the over. Early pressure here on Nasrullah Rana. There we go. 10 runs off his first 2 deliveries. This one, it was down the leg side. It deserved to be punished, and punished it was. We talked about this before this game. Ehsan Ayaz was a key player here for the New Territories Tigers. Missed out in the morning. Today, he's looking a lot better. 21 off 16, starved of the strike in the first half of this innings. But now he's catching up. Yes, worked away. Well done, Ehsan. They're thinking about 2. Wisely sent back. $90 runs needed now in 69 deliveries. And just a shade under 8 runs and over. They're keeping up with that asking rate like they've done throughout this innings. Tell you what, Nizakat Khan, if you're listening to me, bring Yasim Murtaza back on. Fantastic first over. He's got 3 left in the bank. Driven nicely by Waqas Barkat. Should just be a single. Yes. Daniel Mapp, strong throw from deep cover. But look, at the end of the day, 12 runs off the first 4 balls in this over. Still 2 more balls left for Nasrullah Rana. And I think it's the first time this season I've seen batters go after Nasrullah Rana. He's had a fantastic season. 2 straight worked away. They're thinking about 2 once again, not on offer. Make that 13 runs in the over, 1 ball left. Last ball. Guided away. They're thinking about a single. Backward point does well to cut it off. 66 for 2 after 9.
Entering the last 11 overs of today's cricket with a quick break for Jaydan Samtani. Game very well poised. 8 and over needed. 66 for 2. This is going to be the last over before the drinks break. See there Azaz Khan having a word with Jonathan Mapp, I believe, Daniel Mapp's father. Obviously talking about the cricket today and the son's performance and ways he can improve in the future. Nizakat Khan, the captain, brought himself on to bowl some leg spin. Of course, a decorated all-rounder in club cricket. Many people don't realise he has got a few international wickets under his belt as well. Hasn't bowled much at top flight cricket lately, but does the job here down in Hong Kong. And beautiful ball there to start us over. Bit of spin, a bit of bounce. I think he's realised his wicket's a bit tacky. He needs a bit more spin today. And so the Lions, led by Yasim Murtaza, the spin department. Not many other spinners for him to choose from. Zakir again. Low full toss. And driven into the covers for quick single. But this is looking through the Kowloon Lions squad. Actually, the only frontline spinner is Yasim Murtaza. They are short of spin options, hence Nizakat Khan decided, given the wicket today, he wants to bowl. Bilal Akhtar in the squad, not playing today, 12th man. So he's probably missing the young leg spinner in his attack. Here comes Zakat. Catches the call, the fielder in the deep, pouches it. What a great grab that is. Waqas Barkat. I was just talking about spin options. There's another one there on your screen. Waqas Barkat's pulling off. Fantastic grab. Low to his right. One of the best fielders going around in Hong Kong. Absolutely stunning catch there. Replay now on your screen. You can see the shot may not have been on. The ball was over pitched, but there was a fielder out there. Not just any fielder. Waqas Barkat. Great catch. talking about spin options in Nazakat Khan does have Waqas Barkat up his sleeve too, if should he need him. But 3 balls left in the over. They're taking in early drinks, I believe, as drinks are now on the field. The match well poised. Take a quick, I think, 2.5 minute break now. Let me just confirm that if there's India. Yeah, the third umpire is on the field, right? We'll take a quick ad break and we'll be back with the action very soon. Alright, back live. Just had a quick drinks break because Nazakat Khan, the captain, picked up the wicket of the dangerous Waqas Khan for 8. Waqas Barkat's taking a great catch in the deep. Nazakat in now, first ball for drinks. Looks like Akbar Khan's the new batsman. And he's cut that through into the gap for a single to open his account. Yep, and this is indeed Akbar Khan. Batted well in the morning game, didn't have a high strike rate. Just getting into the cricket today morning and held up and then built a good partnership with Ibrahim Ishaq Muhammad in the New Territories Tigers. Last over chase, they won it with just about, I think, 1 ball to spare. Thrilling game between them and the Islanders. It's now game 2. The Lions with a good score up front. The Tigers making a good chase of it. They lost their wicket right before the drinks and Nazakat Khan. The captain bringing himself out to bowl, doing the job for a side. Hasn't conceded a boundary yet. That's a good ball there. I think that might be signaled a run. There's a bit of bat in it. Yeah, that will be a run. A little bit of bat on that. Oh no! Sorry about that. John Prakash has given it a wide. Let's just change that a little bit there. It's been signaled a wide by the on-field umpire. It's only a confirmation. Yeah, there we go. It is in fact nice clear signal there by John Prakash. It was a wide and a bye. So a couple of extra runs there for the Tigers. Akbar Khan now facing. Locks into the offside, scampering through for that quick run as Zishan Ali, tired legs, played a good innings in the first half of this game. Top score for the Lions, took them to 153. Zishan Ali scoring 67 of 49 balls, coming in at number 4. Alright, Nazakat back in. Can Goma turn on offer for Nazakat. He's bowling with good control. Atiq Iqbal fields in the deep, fires it in, keeps them to just 1. Throws a bit wayward. Mention the spin attack off the Kowloon line. Nazakat's bowled 2 overs now. He's got through 2 overs. Yasir Murtaza, I think, has only bowled 1, maybe 2 overs as well. The score on our screen is correct. think they might have missed the single on that wide. We are correct though. Following cricket's cue, they bought a run behind. Because Nazakat's bowled 2, Yasim's bowled 1, Waqas Barkat's not bowled yet. He's got 4 overs he could draw from as well, so spin is available. We'll get a confirmation with the scorers about the discrepancy in the score between cricket's cue and the live score in a moment. Right, all good? Okay, we're all good.
So they play 9-1 ball.
Yeah, okay, we're all good. We're all good. SNIR is facing Nazula Rana back on the bowl. Second over. Flicked nicely down the ground. They'll pick up an easy single there. So this match here also heading for a potentially dramatic conclusion. Asking rate is 8.2. The Lions have lost a couple of key batsmen, and we've seen. Sorry, the Tigers have lost a couple of key batsmen, and we've seen in the first game in the morning. They don't have quite a long batting lineup. SNIR's Akbar Khan, probably the last to recognize batsman. Jay Davidson can hit. Ansh Toshi is a talented young prospect coming up through the ranks. Dan Paso can hold a bat. But it's really on these two here to knock off a good chunk of the remaining runs. A solid partnership puts Tigers back in the game, but I think right now the Lions slightly ahead and the favourites to go into the final tomorrow unbeaten. With Nazrul Rana into a second over. Zaka having plenty of spin balls to draw from. Atiq Iqbal's got a few overs up his sleeve. Sharia Khan, I think, has only bowled 2 or 3. Look at the bowling squad right now quickly. Yeah, Sharia Khan's only bowled 2, Danny Map's only bowled 2, Finn Ridley 1, Atiq 1. So he's got a lot of options to draw from in this Zakat. Beautiful ball there from Nazrul Rana, just seemed to nip away a little bit off the seam before past Ehsan Ayaz on the outside half of the bat. Ehsan Ayaz, 26 of 22, normally a very destructive opener, but the wicket today and on Thursday, the same pitch has been used. I think we're going to use the same pitch tomorrow too, thanks to the typhoon in Hong Kong, the recent weather change. It's a little bit wet underneath, a little bit sticky, not the normal batting beauty that we have here at Mission Road. Nazrul in again. Big appeal, that looked dead in front. Yep, Ehsan Ayaz was walking even before the umpire had raised his finger. I don't think you see many easier LBW decisions than that one. And another wicket for the Kowloon Lions, and the New Territory Tigers in serious trouble. It looks like Jay Davidson might be the new batter in. You see a tall man walking out of the middle. I suspect it's Jay Davidson. Ominous figure wherever he plays. But that wicket, a key one, that LBW decision, I think you've seen the replay on your screen already. Pretty straightforward. We're just talking about the pitch today. It's a tremendous effort by Jasham and the ground staff to get a wicket ready given the recent weather conditions in Hong Kong. We of course just went through a Typhoon 8 highest level, well, second highest level. Typhoon 10's the highest. Yeah, pretty severe typhoon come through. Get a game on Thursday after the typhoon on all Wednesday night, and then to keep the pitch intact and ready for today despite rain being around and abouts. It's a fantastic effort by our ground staff. And now the Tigers, after winning the morning game, really have to dig deep. They'll be tired. It's been a long day of cricket for them. Started the first game at 9:30, so they've been at the ground since 8:30 or 8 a.m. It's now closing in on 4:40 p.m. and they've got another chase to pull out of the fire, another game to save. Jay Davidson, do not underrate this man's batting. He writes himself with a stick, doesn't get a lot of opportunities to bat, playing for a strong Kowloon Cricket Club Premier League team. He's got a chance here. He's got about half the innings to go. He can settle in, get his eye in. Hits a long ball, as you can tell by looking at him. Big man, strong man. Nazrul Rana has his wicket. Bowled beautifully, yes, on Thursday. Bowling beautifully here again today. Back of a length. Guided nicely. Bit of sloppy fielding. And they're going to get 2. Or is it gone for? Yep, it's 2. Jaden Botfield. Solid effort there in the deep from the young man. Saves a couple of runs. Zafar Khan here, rotating his bowlers around well. Captain of Hong Kong, of course, and has been playing for the national side since he was 15 years old. Knows all these players well, knows these conditions well, understands the game very well. A good leader of men. And he's here now, marshalling his troops to try and pick up his second win. Coming back from a finger injury, did not play in the Premier League. Oh, it's in signal 4. Apologies, folks, in case you just missed it. The on-field umpire has signal 4 because the fielders have very honestly told them that no, I didn't feel like cleanly. My body touched the rope. It's 4 runs. Hope I don't think we'll get it. We might get a replay there. I think we'll have to cut off the replay midway. Since the bowler's back top of his mark. But good bit of sportsmanship there from the Kowloon Lions. And the game proceeds on. So Jay Davidson opening a counter, a boundary first ball. Jay Dansagali's ready to pop back in your 9 overs to go in the chase. Pass back to him.
Tell you what, a lot has happened in the last 2 overs as well. That 3rd wicket falling, that 4th wicket falling as well. 3rd wicket, great catch in the deep. You get a shot of Ayush Shukla there in the dugout. With that 3rd wicket, I heard him say shot, but it was taken in the deep. Said, mate, Ayush Shukla, that is the commentator's curse right there. This man, Nazakat Khan, the skipper, he's led from the front with the ball. Looking for another wicket. Ooh, thickish inside edge from Akbar Khan. Squeezed down to mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket rather, for just a single. We've got a juicy little contest here. 75 needed of 53 deliveries. This could, of course, be yet another last over thriller. What an amazing game we had this morning between the Kowloon Lions. Between the Hong Kong Islanders and NTT. Pushed down the ground, easy single. Jay Davidson, he can definitely hit a big ball. The big lad, Jay Davidson, was expensive with the ball, none for 36 in his 4 overs, and he wants to make amends with the bat. Make no mistake about that. Akbar Khan pushed down the order today to number 5. Come off the pad. Good work from Zishan Ali, races around, keeps it down to a dot. But 2 runs have come in this over so far, just 3 balls left. That's a strong sweep shot, and he's found the gap as well. That's gone all the way, first maximum of the day for Akbar Khan, and he finds that gap between mid-wicket and deep square leg. And he desperately needed that boundary as well. Moves into double figures, 10 off 5. He's eyeing up a similar region yet again. So it's shaping up to be a pretty decent over. But 8 runs have come off it, 2 balls left. That's pushed down the ground. Intelligent cricket. They only need something in the region of 8 runs per over from here on out. Strong shot down the ground. Work to do here for long off, who gets around quite comfortably. In fact, keeps it down to a single, and the score now moves on to 88 for 4. As you can see on your screen, 66 needed of 48 deliveries. And it's that sort of equation. You don't necessarily need a boundary in every single over, but I would say something in the region of 2 boundaries every 3 overs, and that's good enough. A few singles here and there, a few 2s. With the likes of Jay Davidson and Akbar Khan at the crease, there's always a chance we could see a few more maximums today. We have a change in bowling. The impressive Daniel Mapp is reintroduced into the attack. And hey, you know what? Nitesh, I'm calling it. We're going to get yet another last over finish here at Mission Road. Interestingly, Nazakat Khan has only given Yasim Murtaza the solitary over. I'm okay with that. He's got to test out his entire squad. Ooh, play and a miss comes off his body. Should be leg buys. Oh, and it hits the batter yet again. Jay Davidson taking a couple of nasty blows. He's a big lad. He's going to shake it off. Jay Davidson. They're coming down for a mid-pitch conference now. Akbar Khan and Jay Davidson. Tell you what, Akbar, he's a confident bloke, this Akbar Khan. Always got a smile on his face as well, Akbar. He's good people, Akbar Khan. He's a good player as well. Finn Ridley, the tall Finn Ridley. He's there at mid-off in the circle. Akbar just looking over his shoulder. That's down the leg side. A bonus run here. A very useful run. Akbar's actually not happy with himself. Smacks his pad in frustration. Feels like he should have put that away. That can happen sometimes when the ball's going down the leg side, and as a batsman you're on the move as well. You need a still head sometimes to make contact with the ball. Moves across his stumps. That's a very optimistic appeal, in fact. Yeah, there you go. Had us all fooled. Akbar Khan dismissed. And now, how many wickets is that? That's 5 wickets down. The pendulum, you get the feeling, has swung in favor of the Kowloon Lions now. It's a huge wicket. Akbar Khan was beginning to look good, beginning to look dangerous. But now, with his head bowed, he walks back to the dugout. A missed opportunity for the powerful right-hander. Like I said, 64 runs still required. And that required rate getting closer to somewhere in the region of 9 runs and over. That's actually not a huge issue. The issue, of course, for NTT is the fact that they only have 5 wickets left. And now walking to the crease at number 7 is Mudassar Hussain. That's the thing about NTT, their top 5, their top 6, pretty solid. After that, they kind of just fall away a tad. You can see Yasim Murtaza just having a seat on that super sopper, taking every opportunity he can to catch his breath. Down the leg side, that was a sound. I heard something. I tell you what, I definitely heard something on that. I was a little bit blinded from where I'm sitting. I wasn't sure. In fact, it looks like they're consulting over whether or not it was a clean catch. We wait with bated breath. He says not out. Maybe just landing short of Zishan Ali. Tell you what, umpire Shelton, he's a good umpire. More often than not, he makes the correct call. 2 for 21 for Daniel Mapp. He's got 3 balls left in his 3rd over. Make that 2. They scamper through for a quick single. There have been some big moments in this innings already. I think the biggest moment, in my opinion, is when Yasim Murtaza had Babar Hayat caught behind. Turn and bounce from that soft ball end. .63 needed now in 7.2 overs. 63 of 44 deliveries. He goes big, he goes high. I don't think he's got the distance. Tough catch, Nasrullah Rana gets his hands to it, but I guess the momentum was just going against him. Too much momentum. Unable to find a stable base. I tell you what, if he'd taken that, would have been one of the catches of the season. Nasrullah Rana, great effort. And importantly for NTT, they survive, and Jay Davidson comes back for 2. Nazakat Khan saying same thing again, same thing again. He likes this from Daniel Mapp. Talked him up at the toss, and Mapp's delivered. Oh, a thick outside edge. It flies down to deep third man, who does a fantastic job. Great commitment in the field from these Kowloon Lions players. End of the over, 94 for 5, 60 needed of the last 7 overs. And for all of you listening on YouTube and Facebook, I want to hear your predictions. I want you to predict a winner in this game. 60 needed off 7, 5 wickets in hand. Will it be the New Territories Tigers, the batting team? Will they win? Or will it be the bowling team, the Kowloon Lions? I'm going to log in to Facebook right now, that Cricket Hong Kong page. If you don't like us on Facebook, well, what better time than now? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube and that bell icon. Every single time we have live action from Hong Kong, you'll be the first to find out. If you like what you've heard so far in the comm box today, you can always follow me, Jay Dansinghani, on Twitter at Jay Dansinghani. Here's Waqas Barkat. Oh, that's a horrible delivery. Short and wide. But slapped straight to long off. Just a single. There we go, just dropped my phone onto the table. I apologize if you heard a bit of a bang on that microphone. Once again, not quite coming onto the bat, and eased away into the offside for a single. Tossed up, little bit uppish. Once again, a single. And I'm just curious, what is the best way forward right now for the New Territories Tigers? In my opinion, maybe just milk the singles for an over or two. But if you get a loose delivery like that, try and put it away. Work to do for long off. A bit of a fumble. They're going to come back for 2. And they make it in quite easily. Well done, Mudassar and John and Jay Davidson, I beg your pardon. Tossed up, swept away. This could be another 2. Danny Mapp gets around. In fact, I think that's Jaden Botfield, unless my eyes are deceiving me. Just a single on this occasion. Tossed up, straight to cover. Useful dot ball here for Waqas Barkat. Useful dot ball for the Kowloon Lions. Another over ticks by. They're 101 for 5 after 14. Oh, it's come off the top edge and it's taken easily by Zishan Ali, who's into the action yet again. Not for the first time today, but unfortunately, Mudassar Hussain, he's walking back to the dugout. 6 wickets down now. Things going from hard to, well, incredibly difficult for the New Territories Tigers. They're 100 for 6 now. Tell you what, Mudassar though, unable to cope with the extra bounce. So impressive here, Danny Mapp. He's taken 3 for 25 and making an early run for player of the match. It's going to be hard to overcome that effort of 68 runs by Zishan Ali coming in at number 4. I get the feeling that if they get over the line here, the Kowloon Lions, that POTM award will go to Zishan Ali. 54 needed, 35 balls left. We have a new batter at the crease. I'm going to get confirmation soon enough on who exactly that is. Ooh, bit of extra bounce yet again from Mapp. Squeezed down to deep third man for a single. Jay Davidson still there? Was Mudassar dismissed?
Yeah.
Ooh, unable to beat fine leg, Jay Davidson. Dot ball. A useful dot ball. The new batter at the crease. Under 19 wicketkeeper batter Ansh Doshi. For most of the first innings, had a tricky time behind the stumps, but recovered well in the final few overs. Took a smart catch down the leg side, and another catch as well to his right. Oh, he's been hit in the midriff yet again. Jay Davidson struck on the body, not for the first time today, but Danny Mapp, look at that. What a day you've had. 3 for 26, playing your first game of the tournament. 2 balls left in Danny Mapp's spell, and I bet he's looking for that 4th wicket. That's down. Oh, look at that, another dot ball. Just 1 run off the over, and the big wicket of Mudassar Hussain. Last ball of Danny Mapp's spell. Tell you what that's done as well. It's pushed the required rate over 10 runs and over. The tall, brisk right arm seamer does well. Fine. Oh, look at that. That's unfortunate. An inside edge down to that deep fine leg boundary. But tell you what, Danny Mapp, 3 for 30 in your 4 overs. I don't think those figures suggest exactly how well you've done. They're still good figures though. 3 for 30. He's had a fantastic day and set things up nicely for the Kowloon Lions. New Territories Tigers 105 for 6 after 15 overs. They need 49 runs to win in 30 balls with 4 wickets remaining. And it looks like it's going to be Wacky Boy Waqas Barkat to continue. Yes, all of you listening and watching on Facebook and YouTube, I want to hear your predictions. Drop your predictions in the comment section. Who's going to win this game? Quick single. Oh, bit of a misfield there. Atiq Iqbal. They should get back for a bonus run. And yes, they do. 47 off 29 now. And it's absolutely essential that NTT don't let this required rate skyrocket beyond 10, 11, 12, 13 runs and over. Tossed up, left alone. Ansh Doshi, mate. You need 10 runs and over. You got to go for those. And interestingly, a slip in position in the death overs in the form of Yasim Murtaza. Tossed up. Playing a miss. And maybe that's why he was letting it go. A decent amount of spin when bowling from the soft ball end. I beg your pardon. Another play and a miss. Extra bounce. 3 dot balls in a row. Pressure on Ansh Doshi. Waqas Barkat absolutely racing through this over. Good sound off the bat, but it's 4 dot balls now. Ansh Doshi, the Hong Kong under 19 player, under pressure. He's got to do something big right now. That's 5 consecutive dot balls. Or is it a wide delivery? There you go, it's a wide delivery. I got a little bit excited there. Tossed up. It's mistimed. Straight to cover. The end of a very, very good over from Waqas Barkat. And after 16 overs, it's 107 for 6. 108 for 6. 46 needed in 24 balls. See a change of bowling. Nasrul Rana back into the attack. And I like this as well from Nizakat. I think it's a deliberate plan not to bowl Yasim Murtaza now. This of course is a dress rehearsal for the final tomorrow. And that's because, sadly for them, the Hong Kong Islanders lost both of their games today, thereby being knocked out of the Epic Group All-Star Series. Here we go, Nasrul Rana. Ooh, that was full. I feel like that was in the slot, but just mistimed that. down to the long on region for just a single. 45 off 23. And you get the feeling, New Territories Tigers, they want Jay Davidson on strike as much as possible. Ansh Doshi, he's looking leg side. Deep mid wicket, deep square leg, long on, all on the boundary. That's pushed to backward point. Another, oh, look at that, a fumble. Allows them to get through for a single. And it brings Mr. Jay Davidson back on strike. .44 needed off 22 balls. They need exactly 12 runs and over. They need a maximum right now. Jay Davidson getting ready to swing. Swings it towards me. Fantastic effort from Yasim Murtaza. It would have been the catch of the season had he taken it. But it trickles down to the boundary for a very, very important 4 runs. 40 off 21. They're still in this, the New Territories Tigers, especially if Jay Davidson can get hold of a couple. 40 off 21, but make no mistake, they need another boundary in this over. That's what happens when that required rate is around 12 runs per over. You need 2 boundaries every single over. Here we go, Jay Davidson facing up to Nasrullah Rana. Slower delivery, intelligent stuff. That's a really, really good comeback. 40 off 20 now. They only have 4 wickets in hand. But tell you what, a good 5 minutes or so, and things can change quite drastically. Jay Davidson facing up to Nasrullah, who's on your screen right now. Finn Ridley comes up into the circle. Bang! That's gone all the way. Don't bother fetching that. That's into the housing society. In fact, it bounces back, thankfully. That also means Cricket Hong Kong saves 600 Hong Kong dollars. But 34 off 19. This game is definitely still alive. Tell your friends, tell your family that Jay Davidson has just muscled one over a wideish long on. He's muscled it all the way for 6 as well. 34 off 19. Share the link of this live stream with your friends and family on social media and WhatsApp. Last ball of the over. That's short. Intelligent. Maybe not intelligent enough. The umpires get some exercise. NTT get a bonus run. 33 needed off 19 deliveries at just under 11 runs per over. Jay Davidson nudge a single. You gotta keep strike. The problem for NTT is Ansh Doshi has struggled at the other end. Jay Davidson has got to hog the strike if they have any hopes of winning today. In fact, look at that. Huge moment in this game. A slow delivery. You miss, I hit. That's the end of Jay Davidson. But is that also the end of New Territories Tigers' hopes? We have to take a look at this replay. Nasrullah Rana running in. Strong action, slow delivery, took the pace off it. And Jay Davidson was completely deceived. 7 wickets down now. 33 needed off 18. And guess what? I have a feeling it might not go to the last over this time around. Waqas Barkat will be bowling to Ansh Doshi yet again. And yes, walking in at number 9 is Ayush Shukla. Ayush Shukla, very positive person, loves to have a chat. Very vocal in that team dugout as well, Ayush Shukla. Here we go, Waqas Barkat. Another play and a miss, 33 off 17. Fired in. That one just going on with the arm. That's consecutive dot balls here for Ansh Doshi. Ansh, he's struggling, 4 off 10. Misses it. He's whipped the bails off, and Ansh Doshi finally His innings comes to an end. Faced 2 consecutive dot balls and now caught out of his crease. And he's stumped. So things going a little pear-shaped here now for NTT. You get the feeling maybe the writing's on the wall. 33 needed off 15 deliveries. And umpire Shelton got his finger up in a flash. They barely celebrated here, the Kowloon Lions. I think they're confident of coming up victorious in this contest. Dan Pascoe walking in at number 10. Not used to batting at number 10, Dan Pascoe. But I think for New Territories Tigers, it was about giving as many people as possible a run before we play the final tomorrow. And of course, very important, you give exposure to some of these under-19 cricketers, of course. There's only one way the under-19s can make the transition to the senior team, and that's by playing competitions like this, the Epic Group All-Star Series. It bridges the gap between club cricket and international cricket. So Dan Pascoe facing up for the first time today. 15 balls left, 33 runs required. There's slip in position as well, Nazakat Khan. Ooh, groans and moans. Look at that. Waqas Barkat, Nasrullah Rana, Nazakat Khan, Atiq Iqbal, all excited. 32 of 14 now. Tell you what, he played that nearly out of the gloves of keeper Zishan Ali. It's not easy cutting the ball from this end. Generous amount of turn and bounce. That one, in fact, keeping a tad low. 32 runs still needed. Just 1 run off this over. And the useful wicket of Ansh Doshi stumped just a few deliveries ago. Goes down the track. He goes high. But how long is this? It's not long enough. Oh, it's put down by Finn Ridley. I don't think it's going to make a difference to the final equation. But they scamper through for 2. 124 for 8. 2 overs left. 30 runs needed. A shot of Shahryar Khan started things off really nicely in that first over, getting Ibrahim Ashaq to play and miss 5 times. Imagine that. Ibrahim Ashaq, a reversal of fortunes for him, player of the match in the morning, with a half century, unfortunately missing out today. It's been all Kowloon Lions in the last 5 overs or so. They've dragged things back really well. And their opposition, the New Territories Tigers, need 30 runs in 2 overs. They're not out of it. Dan Pascoe at the crease. You get the feeling he's their last hope. Dan Pascoe, what can he do? Tries to go big, another play and a miss. Nasrullah Rana makes it 30 off 11. Something drastic, something dramatic needed at this stage if NTT want to fight back. But Nasrullah Rana, fantastic slower ball to deceive and dismiss Jay Davidson in that last over. He's taken 2 for 32 so far today. That's short. Oh, fine leg. You've got to do better than that. That's running down to the boundary. Atiq Iqbal. Mate, you're usually pretty safe in the field. You've had a bit of a shocker today. 26 needed off 10. Still some life left in this game. First boundary for Dan Pascoe. Tell you what, 4 needless bonus runs. I was about to say 2 for 36 for Nasrullah Rana. He's bowled better than those figures suggest. And because of an untidy misfield, those figures have gotten much worse. There's 4 balls left in his spell. Can he take that 9th and 10th wicket. Dan Pascoe on strike. Bang through the offside. There's work to do here for deep cover. He runs around, does well. But I don't think he's going to be able to prevent the 2. Absolutely not. 28 needed. 9 balls left. Tell you what, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I think there's still hope here for NTT. A maximum right now, maybe straight down the ground. And who knows, might be heading for a last over thriller. But they need a boundary, and they need a boundary right now. Bang! Goes Dan Pascoe. How long? Long enough to go for 4. There's still life left in this game. A beautiful sound off the bat. And he moves into the double figures. 11 off 5. Not out. 20 runs needed off the last 8 deliveries. You get the feeling just one more boundary now and they're going to have a bit of a shot. If he can get a 4 or a 6, get a single to keep the strike, something like 13, 14 needed off the final over, and things are going to get very interesting. But this ball has to disappear to the fence. That's in the air. It's a catching opportunity. Backward point takes it. 20 off 7, 1 wicket left, and you get the feeling the nail, final nail, is in the coffin for the New Territories Tigers. Just 1 wicket left. Dan Pascoe, it was bright, it was breezy, it was entertaining, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Another wicket for Nasrullah Rana, 3 for 42. He's had a pretty decent day. Don't read into those figures too much. He's been expensive, but he's fought back every single time he's travelled to the boundary. And walking in at number 11, he's having a stretch there. Mohammad Waheed. 20 needed, 9 balls. I tell you what, Ayush Shukla likes to have a bit of a slog. So you never know, maybe a cheeky French cut down to fine legs. 16 off the last over. Things could get interesting. Oh yeah, Ayush Shukla, how far's that gone? Not far enough. It was Waheed, in fact. It's just a single. Waheed, he's going to keep the strike. Bit of byplay there between Nasrullah Rana and Waheed. So 19 needed of 6 deliveries. Relatively close game, but not close enough. Six balls left. He's got a smile on his face. Zishan Ali made an early run for player of the match. 68. Batting at number 4. It was a fantastic innings. A partnership for the 3rd wicket, which exceeded 100. Both him and Yasim Murtaza combined to set things up well for Kowloon Lions. Tossed up, left alone. Mate, you need 19 off 6. Don't leave the ball. 19 off 5 now. Mohammad Waheed. Smashed straight to the bowler. 19 off 4. I gotta say though, last over you have a slip in position. Number 11 decides to leave the ball. That's the antithesis of Shannon Gabriel. That one day against Pakistan. Amazing test match. Bang! Oh, that's gonna hurt his fingers. Wacky boy. Good bit of fielding between long on and long off. Just a single. Ayush Shukla, mate, it's all you. 3 maximums. Goes big. I don't think he's gone all the way. Yeah, that plugs in the outfield. Long off, cuts it off. 17 needed off 2. Formalities at this stage here at Mission Road. Unless, of course, we have a wide or a no ball. Tell you what, the neutral fan on me wants to see a no ball disappear over the ropes. Let's make things interesting, wacky boy. Smashed. That should be it. 16 needed off 1. Kowloon Lions. They're going to go back-to-back here at the Epic Group All-Star Series. A big thank you to our sponsors, Epic Group. Here's the last ball. Down the track. That's edged away. Nasrullah Rana in hot pursuit. They're going to come back for 2. Could be a run out. And yes, it's given. So there you go, the final score, 139 all out. And they win by 14 runs, do the Kowloon Lions. At the end of the day, it was a relatively comfortable victory, set up, of course, by a half-century by Zishan Ali, and a strong bowling performance. Daniel Mapp taking 3 for 30 in his 4 overs, 3 wickets as well for Nasrullah Rana. The rest of the bowlers chipped in pretty nicely. So the final tomorrow will be contested between these two teams once again, the Kowloon Lions and New Territories Tigers. You can join us tomorrow at 2 o'clock Hong Kong time, which is 11:30 a.m. India time. And if you missed the action from today, do stick around for the highlights after this broadcast. I'm your commentator for the day, Jay Dansighani. If you like what you've heard, you can follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansighani. And of course, follow Cricket Hong Kong on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe button, and every time we have live action from Hong Kong, you'll be the first person to find out. Stick around for the highlights and the player of the match presentation. Someone like Daniel Mapp right at the start of the game. In fact, at the toss. Can Mapp deliver for Nazakat Khan? That's up in the air. Chance here. Shehryar Khan gets under it and makes no mistake at deep third man. Cheeky powdered milk.
You know your smells, man.
Copious amounts of sugar. Some instant coffee here in the comm box. Punched. Oh, instant gratification from Babar Hayat. Oh, too full and eased over mid-off. Couple of bounces and into.
But the glove chala gaya. Bowler runner hua. You only bowl the no ball once the bowler will.
But last ball of the over now for Daniel Mapp. He's got to end strongly. Mapp to Hayat. Bang goes Babar all the way. Four balls left in the 5th over. Yeah, goes well in front. Finn Ridley, interestingly, more inclined to bowl full to Ehsan Ayaz than he is to Babar Hayat. Punched. Yeah, shot of the innings so far from S. Game on at Mission Road. We've got another tight one. Of course, we had a last over thriller in the morning. I wonder, is this going to go to the last over as well? 1 ball left. Tossed up, played a miss, or has he nicked it through? Have at it, as long as you don't come here. There we go, 6.2 overs, 44 for 2, Atiq Iqbal. This time, mid-on and mid-off, both up in the circle, and he takes advantage. There we go, Nasrullah Khan. Apologies, Nasrullah Rana. That's this time on the legs and put away. Forces a change in field. Nazakat Khan is now dropped back. Oh, you feel like maybe that was a catching opportunity.
Give him the wicket today. He wants to bowl. Bilal Akhtar in the squad, not playing today, 12th man. So he's probably missing the young leg spinner in his attack. Here comes Zakat. Catches the call, the fielder in the deep. Pouches it! What a great grab that is! The typhoon in Hong Kong, the recent weather change. There's a little bit wet underneath, a little bit sticky. Not the normal batting beauty that we have here at Mission Road. Nazrullah in again. Big up here. Bowling beautifully here again today. Back of a length. Guided nicely. Bit of sloppy fielding. And they're going to get Two, or is it gone for? Yep, it's two. Jaden Botfield. Solid effort there in the deep.
But 2 runs have come in this over so far, just 3 balls left. That's a strong sweep shot, and he's found the gap. You need a still head sometimes to make contact with the ball. Moves across the stumps. That's a very optimistic appeal, in fact. Tossed up, swept away. This could be another 2. Danny Mapp gets around. In fact, I think that's Jaden Botfield, unless my eyes are deceiving me. Oh, it's come off the top.
Okay, test the audio.
Oh, it's come off the top.
Try now.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Ready? So a convincing victory for the Kowloon Lions yet again, and they end the group stage as the only undefeated team so far with a 14-run win here today. I'd like to kick things off at this Player of the Match presentation by thanking our sponsors, the Epic Group, for continuing to support cricket in Hong Kong, and I'd of course like to introduce us to our dignitary for the day, Ilyas Gul, team manager and of course celebrated former Hong Kong player, who will be handing out the Player of the Match award to whoever wins it today. And of course we had a lot of fine performances. 3 wickets for Daniel Mapp, 3 for 30. 3 wickets as well for Nasrullah Rana. But at the end of the day there could only be one winner, and it was a pretty clear choice for a half century in that first innings at number 4. Zishan Ali, come up here and accept your award. Zishan's going to pose for a picture with Mr. Ilyas Gul. Fantastic innings, walking in at number 4. Never easy after losing 2 wickets in the power play. Zishan, if you could stick around for a few short, easy questions. Zishan, like I said, you lost 2 wickets in the power play. It's never easy to come in that situation. What was your game plan with you and Yasim?
The pitch wasn't good enough so for bat on, so I just talked to Yasim bhai, like we said we will go deep and as we can go, and let's see what happens then. Just use the bat balls. If they give us a bat ball, so we will put away the bat balls and just ready for the bat balls, and we will receive the good balls. Just give the respect to the good balls and wait for the bad balls, and we just played our game and it's happened.
Yeah, absolutely. A very simple philosophy, and it worked for you so well today. I'm curious, about the nature of the pitch, especially from the softball end.
Yeah.
We noticed some turn and bounce. Is that something you guys talked about? Was that, like, how did you counter that?
Yeah, we was talking about that end, because that end was pretty slow. So we decide we will take this end. So if we charge this end, then we can go along, because that end it was too slow, ball not coming nice on the bat. So we just received the spinners, and they bowled really well. That's why we didn't hit there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to keep you too long. Go celebrate with your team, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
So there you have it, a fantastic half century from Zishan Ali, batting at number 4, setting up a 13-run win for the Kowloon Lions.